You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet.
Hello.
And welcome
Doing low.
to a very special. This is my Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, I knew that.
A little bit of a puffy lip.
I thought you just got stung by
And
me,
monotone because I'm John Rambo.
John Jay. Which I thought was Sanjay at first. I was like, that's a weird name for Rambo to have.
Sanjay Rambo.
He doesn't look like a Sanjay to
No,
me.
not really.
Oh, John Jay. Okay.
Well, welcome everybody to
I for one
TADPOG
like that
podcast, where
Yeah.
4 old guys play old games and watch old movies. I'm your bearded host, Tyler, and I haven't had to say that line in a long time. But yeah, hey, John Turley's here.
Hello,
Hey,
John.
Hey, John.
What's up, guys?
Not much, man.
I am sorely disappointed because I spent all weekend telling everyone how I was going to watch First Blood and then went to watch First Blood last night, and my streaming platform of choice was down. I was
shit.
unable to watch it.
I'm sure you've seen it 100 times
I
before.
actually have not seen it that many times. I've seen it probably 3 times.
What about First Blood Part 2?
I have seen First Blood Part 2, but I was literally like a child the last time I watched that movie. I bet I watched that movie with my cousin Jeff when I was spending the night over at his house one night. That was probably the last time I watched First Blood Part 2.
For sure.
Well, before we Rambo into Rambo, what you guys been up to this week?
Well, let me go to my notes to remember what I did this week. I already finished watching both available seasons of Solo Leveling. I really liked it. I want more, and I don't think I'm going to get any for a while, so that's a shame. But it's really good, and I really enjoyed it. In addition to reading the manga for Dawn to Dawn, I have started rewatching that one as well, because I started season 2 kind of having been on a break from season 1. Even though I just read the manga, I wanted to go ahead and start over and then get current. And once again, it kind of amazes me how good that show is and how like surprisingly emotional it can be. So if you haven't started watching Dawn to Dawn, then you should. I watched a movie called Freaky Tales, and it's weird. It's a weird little movie. It came out last year, but it's like an anthology that takes place in 1987.
Hell yeah. I love this. I love anthology horror. I'm assuming it's horror.
It's not
What was it called again?
Freaky Tales. It's not really horror, but it's more of a... I don't know how to describe it, honestly.
Okay.
It's a weird little movie. Pedro Pascal is in it, and Ben Mendelsohn and a few other people are in it. It's really strange, like, how good it is. Like, I enjoyed it a lot, and I'd never even heard of it. It just happened to come on like HBO or something as the new movie of the week. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because the graphics, the art is done up for the movie like something you'd see in 1987, but it really touches on all the different kind of cultures back then, like the punk and the it's a bunch of stuff about like raging against Nazi skinheads, which was on the rise, and it takes place in Oakland,
Into the Cupboard covered that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a weird part of Indian in the cover.
Yeah, almost all of my knowledge about skinheads comes from Indian in the cover. The very beginning of the third book or something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, "Oh, I already don't like this."
Right.
This went from being a cool fantasy book about bringing toys to life to
Omri getting his stomach kicked in by skinheads on the street while he holds Boone and
Right.
Little Bear in his hands.
So there's some stuff kind of that's really what this all centers around. But the four stories you don't really get at first how they're going to interconnect, but it comes together really well, and I thought it was a pretty great movie. So
does Tim Roth cut a finger off? In
no,
this? Okay.
nothing like that this time. So yeah, I give it 4 stars. Was and say just check it out.
Cool. That sounds good.
I had a weird experience earlier tonight. I stopped at the Dollar General on my way here to get a beer, and I was standing there, and there's this woman and her daughter buying groceries, but next to the woman was a cart that had various items in it that I quickly deduced she could not afford to purchase. And the little girl had like a bag of trolley candies or something, and she was like, "Mom, are we not going to be able to get anything else?" And she goes, "No, I told you we can't." And in the basket, though, there was a can of, nacho cheese, and there was some like tortillas and things that were like not just garbage junk items, that it seemed like, I thought to myself, I was like, I should offer to pay for those things and help them out.
Hell yeah.
And buy the kids some candy. But then I talked myself out of it because I felt like I didn't know how, I didn't want to I don't know how to say it.
People
I
can get offended too.
I don't want to offend her.
Hell yeah.
I don't want to offend her by
can.
saying, "Hey, can I buy up the rest of these groceries for you?" Because it wouldn't have been $10 worth of stuff, and it was just breaking my heart. And I really wanted to buy this little girl the bag of candy that she wanted, and but I chose to sort of not.
And then the mom's like, "She's pre-diabetic. Could you fucking stop?"
I was
you
saying
not?
that because she literally can't.
She literally can't. So I don't know. It was a weird thing. Like I don't know if I did the right thing, but I felt like under the circumstances there might have been some pride at play here, and I don't want to make someone feel self-conscious about stuff like that,
Yeah.
But I also don't want people to do without if I can help.
It's a weird.
It was a weird
Catch-22, it's kind of a-
situation. I'm not sure.
Ma'am, I'll buy you and your daughter all the cool cigarettes and scratch offs you want.
Right. But if you win, you have to split with me.
I mean, I
60-40. I mean, it's my idea.
I'm your angel investor, so yeah.
want half that pack of cigarettes too.
No menthols. I don't know. That was really all I had to say about it. I just thought, I don't know. I was in a situation where I thought maybe I should help, and then I thought better of it. And I don't know. I'm usually pretty giving, I don't have a problem with that, but I also just got a vibe that if I said something, she would get offended.
Yeah, then I think you made the right call. I don't know, man. Usually when I second guess myself on anything like that, it's usually like, nah, I'm not going to do it. But if it
Right.
just happens, it's like, and I don't think about it,
Right.
it's another thing.
Yeah. I don't know if I overthought it or if this was the universe saying don't.
Maybe both.
Maybe a little of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But so I bought my beer. I got carded for this beer. As a matter of
Yeah?
fact, which is
Oh.
weird.
Someone was flirting with you.
Yes, he was.
Mister, you want to split that?
He was like, "Sorry, I have to." I'm like, "It's fine, dude. You're just doing your job, man. I don't care."
Also, I got to see that dick. I'm sorry.
Well, I already had that out. So, it was Dollar General. You have to have your dick out when you're walking around in Dollar General, right?
Because sometimes I remember I bought alcohol there before, and they'd be like, "Can I see some ID?" You don't really have to show me. Just like show something that looks like a card at that camera. It'll be fine. It's okay. Don't worry about
They
it.
recorded that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like my job at Dollar General, apparently.
I love seeing all these dicks.
They're just everywhere.
I don't even need to work.
That
I actually
delivery
just do
was
this for the dicks.
impeccable.
I don't know why that child's in here. Seems like a poor decision.
It's on the door. No under 21.
That's really, I mean, it's kind of lame, but that's really about
That's how
it
you
for
could
me.
have balanced it out with that lady. Like, if you look at my dick, I'll give you $20. that way she's earned it.
Right. That would probably go over a lot better than me just asking to pay for her groceries. Can I show you my dick and give you $20?
Yeah. We call it the Louis C.K.
That's really about it for me. Had kind of a dull week. What have you been up to?
Playing Elden Ring. Yeah, been playing that.
I've heard it's hard.
Yeah, it's pretty challenging, but it's fun. It's fun to like.
You're good at that sort of thing, though.
Yeah, I'm hard headed, is what it is. Where it's just like
You have to be. Gage played that, and he was very stubborn about it, but it was frustratingly hard for him.
it's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
and that it's like has these. It's beautiful and grotesque, like at the same time.
Right.
It like walks that tightrope, and I'd played it before and didn't finish it, and then didn't really put it down out of anger or anything. I just kind of, something new came
Moved
out.
on.
Yeah. But because I've been playing Night Rain recently with Nicole, it's been like, oh, well, maybe I should, which is based on, it's like an Elden Ring mod, essentially.
Okay.
But an official one from FromSoft where they like turn Elden Ring into like a roguelite where it's run based. And so like you spend like, I don't know, 30 minutes and you fail. It's like, okay, well, that was 30 minutes. And they got like the Fortnite like ring, the PUBG ring and stuff. So it's all about playing Elden Ring as fast as you can. And I like it better than Elden Ring just because like their character classes and stuff I think I've talked about before. But I went back to playing as Iron Eye and Night Rain, which is essentially Legolas. He's the archer. And man, I've been having a lot of fun playing him like...
Do like a ranger character.
Yeah, I do. Although I felt like I wasn't playing it right, because like archery is like a super bad idea in Elden Ring proper. Like it's just not.
It's more set up for melee.
Totally. So, but I tried. There's like a samurai character, the executor, and I played him for a bit, and then I don't know. I wanted to win, so I went back to Iron Eye. And I just started playing him like super fucking aggressively, and it's really fun. It's really fun to like. Because before I was playing him like as a ranged character, where it's like I'm gonna stand 30 feet away from this boss and I'm gonna blink at him while the melee does their thing. Now I'm like adjacent, and it's just like because they have this like power attack where it's like a multi arrow, where it's like you can fire one arrow or you can fire 3 arrows, and the arrows come out in a spread, and it's like if I'm like right next to this boss,
All 3 will
I
hit.
can hit them with all 3 at the same time. It's like a shotgun, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's been a lot of fun. And they've got like this move where it's like they pull a dagger out and they strike and they move like straight forward, like I don't know, 15 feet. And that applies like a damage debuff to them. So they take 10% more damage from everybody when that happens. It's on a cooldown, yada yada. But it's really fun to use that where it's like you can really bait the shit out of a boss and then they wind up for a big hit, and then you can use that as essentially as a getaway. You can like move through them so they swing.
Nice.
And, so it's fun. I've got like 3 more of the bosses to beat. I think she's beaten all of them because she's got a lot of hours logged. I've got I think I have like 50 hours in it. And it's one of those games where it's like the more you play it and the more you progress. Like you do reset some shit. Like every time you start a new round, you're like at level 1 and you got to level all the way back up, 15 max. But you do retain some things to kind of give yourself like permanent bonuses and stuff. So that's been fun. I read a book or listened to a book that I loved. I thought it was great. Called The Word for World is Forest. It's by Ursula K. Le Guin. It was from 1972. It is about humans who travel to a forest planet for its resources, and there's like a sentient humanoid race there that they kind of get into conflict with. They enslave them and get into a conflict with them, and it's like a novella. It's pretty short, but it's really good. It was like obvious to me that like it was a point of inspiration for some filmmakers at one point in the book, because these creatures are like short. They're like described as like 1 meter tall. They're furry, and they have kind of like
and they live on a forest.
and they live
planet,
on a forest planet.
and they maybe look like teddy bears a little bit.
At one point, a character does remark to himself. It's like the scientist one. He's like that they do kind of resemble teddy bears. Listen to this. This was like the fucking nail in the coffin. I was like, yeah, this is for sure. Where Return of the Jedi, like this is like for sure Return of the Jedi got this. There is a camp that the humanoids use, and the name of this camp is in Tor.
Oh my god!
So yeah, I read that or heard that. And I was like, holy shit!
Know what George was reading?
But it was really good. It was a really good book. Like it was.
Just because you said that, there is a weird little blurb in the Primal Hunter to where like he's established his own town and people are coming in, and a crazy priest from some religion he's never heard of comes in, and he gives him the willies. He's like, I don't trust this guy. I don't know what it is about him. He looks weird. He sounds weird. And the voice actor, sounds very annoying when he's, voicing him. And he's like, what is your name? He's like, Kenneth Copefield. Okay. That is also very close to Indoor.
I also read The Forever War by Joe Haldeman. That one I did not enjoy, but I stuck it through. And it wasn't horrible. 3 stars from me. It won awards, like, it won a Hugo Award.
Even books you don't like can win awards.
It just didn't click with me. It's from 1974, and it was like, it's just not my kind of book. It had some cool shit in it, but it was very much like, I think if you like military books, which I don't really care for, and you like sci-fi, I think you go really far on this one, but I don't really like military fiction.
Yeah.
The first part of the book, I was like, shit, man, is this where like the movie Starship Troopers got its vibe from? Because it's very different than the story.
Right.
Because the beginning of the book's very much like that. It's got some cool stuff, but I think like also the Forever War is like one of those things where it's like, I've heard enough. Time dilation is the big thing in that book, and I've heard that's so old now.
Right.
It's not really the book's fault. Fuck, can't help it.
It's an
It's
old
51
book.
years
Right,
old.
right.
But I mean, it's like, I'm not too wowed by it's like, oh, this guy did faster than light travel, and now he comes back to Earth, and it's different,
Yeah.
But like, if I'm reading for the first time in the time period, I might be like, holy shit, I never thought about that.
Mind blown.
Right.
Yeah, they hadn't seen an Interstellar.
Right.
Back
Yeah.
in 74.
Right. Yeah, which I loved Interstellar.
It's a fucking great
I hear
movie.
people dunk on that movie a bunch.
I don't get it.
But I like
Nothing
it.
to
I
dunk
like
on.
it.
It's one of
love
the
that
perfect
movie.
movies out there as far as I'm concerned.
And then I ran a Mothership one shot on Saturday, and that was a lot of fun. It was a published mod called Another Bug Hunt, and Mothership is like a sci-fi horror tabletop RPG. It's got like different mechanics in it, like sanity saves and fear saves, and then like there's a panic check and there's like a stress system. It's supposed to be like pretty brutal. This group is like they're veterans though, so I wasn't expecting it to go horribly. There's like one monster they have to fight, and the book stresses that it's like, this is deadly, this could kill people. But it's not even like, I don't know, man. Like games of Call of Cthulhu have been like deadlier than this. But still, they lived. And and credit to them, for playing well. They're great players, but they survived. But the scientist lost his eyes, and the Marine lost 3 fingers on his dominant hand. But they lived.
Did they though? Is this living?
Need these two as a Marine.
Yeah, it was it was fun because when you receive a certain amount of damage in the game, you roll on a chart, right? And it's like, so roll a d10, you consult with the chart. It's like, this is piercing damage. All right, what happens? You lose an appendage. And it's like, okay, well, in the situation that you're in right now, it makes sense that you most likely lose a hand. And then he's like, okay. And then one of the other players is like, is it his shooting hand? And it's like, I don't know, high or low. And he was having a really bad night. Like none of it was going like right. So yeah, he lost his dominant hand, his shooting hand. But whatever, it was fun. It was a one shot.
Yeah.
It's not like
So he's having to take it with him.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. What, John? What you been up to, man?
Not a whole lot. Just went Saturday and we did some like volunteer work. It was mostly like yard work for someone at our church who wasn't in a position to be able to do it. So it was hot.
Yes.
And it was a lot of work. Like I cut down like 3 small trees while I was there, and just picked up a ton of brush. But got the boys out there to kind of help me out a little bit.
I'm sure they were delighted.
Andy, oh yeah, they loved it. They loved it.
All that character building.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Come on, boys, watch me cut down a tree because I know you're not going to do anything.
Oh well, we had them raking stuff.
Hey, nice.
We were trying to put them to work, man.
I'm just projecting some of
my son
family.
My oldest son looked like somebody had kicked his puppy. Like he's just moping around. And then Andy's got family in from out of town, so we went over to her brother-in-law's and swam. And yeah, it was exhausting. It was like an exhausting weekend. No, this would have been the next day.
No, but still. Explains your complexion.
Yeah, you're
rather
red.
Yeah, I am. I got a little
rosy.
Got a little sun over the weekend on a couple of different occasions. But I haven't really been watching anything other than Strange New Worlds. That's about it. And playing PUBG and Overwatch. Like, imagine that. Like,
I get it, man.
Me playing PUBG and Overwatch.
I get it.
But now I did have a moment in PUBG this weekend that was one of those, like, damn it, no one saw that happen, and it was like I never get to. I'm too defensively minded. Like I want to play too conservative.
Here.
Yeah. Well, it's
opposite.
That's why I suck at Magic.
It's a problem in PUBG because I've started to realize that like typically the more aggressive player wins the. Not always, obviously. And there are definitely times where I'm like, oh, they don't know I'm here, and I'm not going to make my presence known until they are dead. But like this one moment, I'm like up on top of this building, and I'm trading shots with this other guy who's on top of another building, but pretty far away. Probably like, to the point I probably shouldn't even be shooting at him, and he's only just shooting back at me because I'm shooting at him. It's probably like 700, 800 yards. Like it's really far. But then the circle starts moving, so I'm like, all right, I got to get going. And I start moving. I get up on the side of this hill, and I'm watching him, and I see a car that's probably about 400 yards away from me. And I see him going toward that car, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna square up and try to get a good clean shot before he gets in that car. And then I hear footsteps, and in that game, if you hear footsteps, there's a motherfucker close to you. So like I hear footsteps, so I like switch to my secondary, peek around the side of the rock. This dude comes over the top of the hill. I just fucking mow him down. Instantly switch to a bolt gun, spin around. I see this guy getting in the car. I dome him through the windshield and kill him in the car. And I was just like, I literally like scooted back from my computer like, did that just fucking happen? Did I just fucking do that? Like that never happened.
And you
Man
didn't
possessed.
see Rambo 2 First Blood
Right?
Part 2.
I felt a little like John Wick for about 10 seconds. I was like, damn it.
Do you
It was
have one of
awesome.
those programs that like you can go back and clip
so-
from like 30 seconds prior or whatever?
I think there's a way to do it through my video card software.
There is,
but
yeah.
I've never set it up. I didn't, I don't know. There probably is a way to do it, and I should look into it. But those moments are super rare for me in that game, so probably. Now, Overwatch, I have better. I have those moments more often.
I think Overwatch is designed so that
Yeah.
people have those moments.
We had
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Jesus, last night we had one.
Oh yeah,
Fucking crazy.
We had a fight that went on, like just right over, like right at the very end. It was a payload map, and I mean we had it all the way. All we had to do was clear them off. But there's at the end of a payload map, their spawn is very close. So
So if you like don't wipe them all out at once, they'll just start trickling back in. And if they're halfway decent, they can hold the point long
Yeah.
enough to get someone else out there. And
it just went on and on and on, and we finally cleared them and got the win. But man, it was
I was playing
was
as
work.
I
it was fun,
Yeah.
but it was work.
I was playing as Kiriko. One of the he was playing as Orisa. One of the enemies was playing as Sojourn, and Sojourn has this like energy ball she can shoot out. And in the new version of Overwatch with the perks, you can stick that energy ball to somebody, and everywhere they go, it follows them around, and so it does damage to people around them and everything. And I had just was running back from spawn because I had gotten killed. On the way there, my ult popped, and I came into the fray. John was in there just
I'm soloing
It
like
was- it
4
was
people.
the-
Just like
It was like the Effalance in the Lord of the Rings. Like everybody was crawling on him trying to get him. And she had and Kiriko, the one I was playing, she's a support character, and she has this Ofuda, this bell that she can throw, and it'll clear a debuff. Right, if it's poison, if it's anything, it cancels ults too.
Wow.
And I ran in there at the 0 hour. There was like 4 of them on the point.
My whole screen was red. I was just like,
Yeah.
well, I'm about to die.
There was 4 of them on the point. He's stuck with this energy ball. Me and 2 other people walk in there. I throw the bell and cleanse his debuff and heal him and immediately drop my ult, which if you stand in Kiriko, she drops this ult. It's like this
like a big
long
path.
line of light, and if you stand in it, you heal and get like speedier shots, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I drop my ult and immediately just start throwing kunai into the crowd at like rapid speed. Meanwhile, he's over there executing everyone additionally, and we clear him off in a couple of seconds. And it was like we both had like sweaty,
Dude, yeah, it was.
Jesus, what the fuck happened? And I got play of the game as Kiriko for
Yeah,
that. And it was like, that's rare is for me to get play of the game as Kiriko.
Well, as any healer, like
Healers,
it's
it's tough to get
rare
play of
to
the
get
game.
a play of the game as a healer anyway. You see it every now and then, but it's definitely not commonplace. And like it popped his highlight intro of Kiriko like walking up real slowly, like spinning a kunai on her finger, and I was just like, "Oh, that's fucking badass."
I cannot tell you how long I have set that highlight intro a year ago in the hopes that I would someday get play of the game and everyone would see that highlight intro.
And he got it twice in a
And
weekend.
I got it twice in a weekend.
Nice.
But we did have a really good. You know what? I'm gonna try to grab those games.
Oh,
and
yeah.
see if we can pull some of that footage.
Just the last like 2 minutes of that payload
Yeah.
map was just
I'll
completely
find
insane.
it and post it in the Discord, bit.ly/TADPOG Discord, or Meat Squid Beef. Beef Squid goes to Patreon, right?
Yeah, it goes wherever anyone wants it to go to.
Yeah, it's the magic of
The
Beef
magic of
Squid.
beef squid.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to jump in on
Yeah,
you.
no. I mean, that's pretty much it. I played some Overwatch, played some PUBG. watch some Star Trek. That's pretty much my life.
Sounds all right.
It's my life too, brother.
I mean,
right now.
aside from all the
We have the
mundane adult stuff.
We work at the same job and we do the same things in our free time, basically.
Yeah.
I don't volunteer for charity work. I struggle with not buying groceries for a struggling single mother.
I got voluntold.
Yes, right.
Hey, we're doing this thing on Saturday.
Alrighty.
Well, okay.
We are.
It's not at all compulsory.
When on Saturday? 8 a.m. Fuck.
Just Saturday.
Yeah.
That's when.
Fine.
Yeah.
Tyler, what about you, brother?
Let's see what last week after we recorded, I had to go to Cincinnati on work. Did that for a day. And then had to go to Toledo, Ohio for 2 days for work.
Home of the Mud Hens.
Yeah, sure. I believe you.
It's the minor
That
league.
sounds like a thing.
It's the minor league baseball team there.
I think we get sued if I change the theme song to the WKRP in Cincinnati theme.
No,
You should
that's
totally do
public
that.
domain. I'm pretty
Hey,
sure.
can you get me tickets to a Bengals game? You're up there a lot.
Shit, I am up there a lot. I mean, the coolest thing was having a box seat at a Reds game. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
But Toledo is not Cincinnati or Louisville. I'll tell you that. They had really good Lebanese food. I had great Lebanese food.
That's why I know it's the Mud Hens, is because I grew up. My dad watched MASH constantly, and one of the main characters is Klinger, the one that dresses in a dress, like he's trying to get he's trying to get a Section 8 to get out of the army, so he wears dresses.
Because that's a sign of mental illness, clearly.
Right, yeah, back then.
He's Lebanese. And he's from Toledo, Ohio.
No
and he wears a Mud Hens jersey when he's not wearing a dress.
Shit. That's awesome.
I did not know that. That's
way?
actually really
That's
cool.
real?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jamie Farr, the actor who played Klinger in MASH, is like 85 or fucking 90. I mean, he's really old. He still goes to Toledo Mud Hens games. There is a statue of Klinger wearing a Toledo Mud Hens jersey inside the
Hell
stadium where the Mud Hens play.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, he's a Toledo fixture.
But let me tell you what is not a fixture is the Toledo Zoo. Which
Yeah.
I didn't go, so I was at work. But Melissa went with me and took Jack to the Toledo Zoo. So she's driving around and she finds it and she's walking in, no one, no ticket taker, like no cars in the parking lot, nothing. And she walks up and there's a sign that says, "If no one is here, feel free to enter, pay on your way out." It's like, is Toledo Zoo just the honor system? Okay, so she gets in and like all the cool things are all closed. All the display signs and toys are all shut down. They're all not working. And she's wandering around. They're just going to side to side. She's like, I need to get a stroller for him. So she eventually finds a worker. They're like, oh, it's at the other end of the zoo.
A perfect place for it.
Yep.
On the opposite side of the entrance.
Well, she goes, I guess what she went was the back entrance.
Oh.
So when she goes to the front side, completely packed out, huge lines and tickets. She's like, you know what? You don't need a stroller. I don't need to talk to anybody. We're just gonna
I
keep
got
going
a free
to the
ticket
zoo.
to the zoo.
Yep. Free parking and 2 free tickets
Hell
to the zoo.
yeah.
Honor this, motherfuckers.
Pro
Pay
tip.
more attention. Yeah.
At the Toledo Zoo.
Like, oh, there you go. Word of the wise. If you want to go to a shitty zoo, Toledo Zoo on the backside.
Hey, if you found this tip helpful, patreon.com/TADPOG.
What's the price of admission at the Toledo Zoo?
'Cause I was like, oh, for a shitty zoo, then at least
And a
like
stroller rental.
the price was right. She's like, yeah, the price was right. For the shitty zoo. She's like, he was so excited. He wanted to see the butterfly house so badly. Go to the butterfly house. They're closed.
Sorry, kid, all the butterflies died. How are you doing today?
We killed them all. Couldn't afford them. Had to smash them.
Can't you smell it?
Butterflies are fucking expensive, man. We had to kill all of them.
So the admission price to the Toledo Zoo, adults 12 to 59, is $32.
Hell yeah.
Children 2 to 11.
Dodge that bullet.
Children 2 to 11 is $29.
What?
So that's
$3
fucking $3 cheaper.
And imagine all of that stuff is closed.
Yeah.
Inside there. Can you
Yeah.
imagine dropping that coin on there and then being like, yeah, half this motherfucker shut down?
I don't know.
That's lame.
I'm
Go
not going
St.
to go
Louis.
into their site or anything, but So you right there, you're at $60,
Yep.
and then the parking is probably 10 to 15.
So she got a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She could almost buy a Switch 2 game.
Almost.
I love that metric. I love that that's how we are now measuring things.
How many Switch 2 games for a 95 Accord?
1.7.
I'm going to write a science fiction story where the currency is Switch 2 games.
Yeah, there you go.
It's going to be a bad story.
Right, but I will love it because I get the joke. See,
But yeah, because Jack's at the butterfly house, closed, and has a meltdown. He wants to see the butterflies so badly. So Melissa's like, I guess God heard him crying because one huge yellow butterfly comes out of the sky and distracts him long enough to go to the next thing, and he's fine.
I just wanted one
So
goddamn
one
butterfly.
survival butterfly, one John Rambo butterfly comes out of the sky.
I wasn't asking for much. I just wanted to see one fucking yellow butterfly. I love that.
But he does, as of, tomorrow, as of recording, he starts kindergarten tomorrow. So
Oh,
we'll
boy.
be taking him to Sharp for kindergarten.
Okay.
Let's see.
Cannot believe he is old enough to be in
Yeah.
kindergarten.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
weird.
crazy.
We even waited a year to start him, so he's
Yeah.
a little older than he should have for
Right.
kindergarten.
Gosh, dang.
But we met all his teachers, everything very proactive, very nice. Looks like a great program. Made us feel a lot better about him.
Good.
going, So, yeah. And after discussions on the show, Choctopus reached out to me and he was like, yeah, man, we need to talk about Expedition 33. I just started it too. I was like, hell yeah, man. And he was like, by the way, Vinyl Boss Sour offered me all sorts of like candy. Should I take it? I was like, yeah, dude, fucking take it.
Yeah, take it. It's just expensive.
I've been paying for it like a schmuck. And he sent me pictures of all the free shit they sent him. He's like, this shit's pretty fucking good. I was like, yeah, especially at the price they gave it to you.
Fucking Scrooge McDuck in on some.
Yeah.
I could have gone to the Toledo Zoo 3 times for what I paid for
Yep.
this.
That's like 3 Switch 2 games worth of fucking candy, man.
But other than that, then Melissa had to work, so then I was just at home the weekend playing some Expedition 33. So fucking great. I'm glad the Steam Deck can run it. Their hair looks a little funny, but other than that, totally playable.
Oh, speaking of Steam, by the way, before I forget, I am now above $200 on my stuff I sold from
When John
Counter-Strike.
mentioned Counter-Strike, I almost asked like what your total is.
I had spent some of it on Overwatch shit because Overwatch had a big Nerf promotion where you could buy gun skins that make
It's so funny.
several of the guns look and sound like Nerf guns.
this, right?
And so I converted like $20 worth of my money into Overwatch coins, but it turns out the fucking and I bought the stuff. I bought the coins, but they don't show up in your account unless you launch Overwatch from Steam. So I had to install Overwatch. I've got Overwatch installed twice on my computer now, so I can do that. But yeah, you said Steam, and it reminded me. Over $200 for Counter-Strike skins.
That's pretty
Nice.
fucking wild, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
no, what's fucking...
That's like almost 3
Do you-
Switch 2 games.
Almost.
Do you know? Do you know people who are like just lucky?
Yeah,
You know,
of
like
course.
do you know some people that like just are just fantastically lucky?
Brandon of Axelate fame.
Yeah, perfect example.
Guitar
So-
player for the Playful 8. Brady. Brady's extremely lucky.
It's like some people just are.
Shit just falls in front of him. When he quits a job, he doesn't look for another one because he will definitely have another job the next day.
It just happens.
It just something just crazy happens, and oh yeah, I quit my job, but I've already got a job offer for tomorrow to start tomorrow for making twice the money I was making. It's like fuck.
Yeah,
I think
so
I think the moral of that story is quit your job.
Right.
That's what I'm getting from.
I don't have that kind of luck though.
Right.
Is the problem. Maybe I'm just playing the too
everything-
conservative. I just need to let it.
Well, I don't know if everything else in my life is a barometer for my luck level. I mean, I'm fortunate in life, you know, and I'm grateful for the things that I have, but I wouldn't call myself lucky.
So our boss, our boss is one of the guys that we used to play Counter-Strike with. So I tell him, I'm like, hey man, didn't you used to have a Vulcan AK, which a Vulcan AK skin in Counter-Strike is like a kind of a classic skin. It is still one of the dopest looking AK skins. I mean, it looks cool as shit. And I looked it up and was like, oh shit, man, because I guess you can't get them anymore. So Vulcan AK, that skin is worth a lot. Like I want to think over $100.
Steam, a little over a Steam game.
Yeah. So I tell him, I'm like, hey man,
Switch to game.
do you still have this in your inventory? Because if you do, it's worth like $100. And he's like, oh man, I haven't even thought, like I haven't played CS in forever. So he starts going through, like I go to his office and he pulls up Steam and starts just going through all the shit that he had. He has a sticker. Okay. They made stickers for like very special events, like esports tournaments and shit.
Okay.
And he has like
Their
a
virtual
sticker.
in-game sticker.
Yeah, it's a sticker that you can stick on a skin. So like if you have a
Like you wear
particular
like a patch or something, or
you
put
stick it on a
skin.
weapon.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you stick it on a weapon.
A decal.
It's like a holographic sticker from like 2018 or something. He looks up the value, $600.
Hell yeah.
Is a
That's like a good UO account.
$600 sticker. It's not even a skin. You have to have a skin to put it on. And that was just like, that isn't a. I bet he
Did he?
had.
He didn't know he had it.
No, he
I
didn't.
love
He
that.
didn't. Well, no, I think he might.
Oh.
I mean, he probably forgot that he had it.
Yeah, that's the same as not knowing you have it.
But
As
he
far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
he goes through his inventory. I bet he had $1,000 worth of skins
Dude,
in his fucking CS:GO account.
are you familiar with like the fucking like Roblox like real currency?
Oh no,
like,
I don't even
economy?
want to think about it.
That shit is fucking wild because Henry was telling me about it, and then we watched a video, and it's like there are like the video he was watching was like famously banned accounts or whatever. It's crazy the fucking like drama that's involved. Like Roblox is like fucking professional wrestling like level of strong,
Right.
you know, where it's like this very like everybody knows this player, you know, it's like all these kids know and whatever, but it's like these banned accounts and they're like looking at what the what items
Were in their inventory.
yeah, and it's like, I mean, I'm sure there's exaggeration, but like they're talking how it's like, well, this is like millions of Robux. So I'm like, Henry, how much is that in real money?
A lot. Yeah. That's insane.
If you consider how much if you do the conversion between like how much a Robux card costs for X amount of, you know, Robux.
you would
bucks.
think as many fucking Robux as I've had to buy my kids, I would know how much $20 bought you in
Trust
Robux.
me,
but
I don't know
remember.
either because I never asked the question, how much will that buy you?
Yeah. I'm just like, hey, spend this slowly, okay?
I don't even do that, man. Henry's like, can I have some Robux? I'm like, give me money.
Yeah. No, I do
You
the
got-
same
you
thing.
got the money?
If it's
All right.
like, you know, obviously we'll get them like Robux cards and
Well,
stuff.
Kenna's like,
for-
you have
for
any chores
birthday
that
and
you need to
stuff.
do? Can I do anything for some Roblox?
Yeah.
And she'll get like $5 at a time. Although one for Christmas, she got like $200 in Robux
Woo.
from us, my parents, her other grandparents, like everybody.
Yeah.
That was gone.
The next day, I was
Yeah.
like, "Do you have any left?" She just kind of looked down at the floor. Like, okay.
The conversion rate of US dollars to Robux is $0.0125. So about a penny. Each
Okay.
Robux is worth about a penny.
Really?
Yeah. Like it.
So if something's like worth a million Robux, we're looking at what? $10,000?
Yeah, a million pennies. Wow. It's more than that.
It's a lot of
'cause
pennies.
It's 1.3 pennies. Whatever that means.
Yeah. So I guess the moral of the story is play Roblox.
Yeah, right. You definitely should bank on it.
Anytime I've tried, I've really enjoyed the quality.
Well, it's always fun and good and looks great.
I'm just thinking, like, if I would have just hung on to everything I ever got in Counter-Strike and never sold anything, like if I'd have just kept every skin, every crate, every sticker, everything, I could probably, pay for like a semester of tuition. I had so much shit that I sold off for like pennies.
Yeah, me too.
That is now worth like dollars.
I had an M4 rifle skin in Counter-Strike.
Hot Rod.
That was called Hot Rod. It was basically this like chrome red color. I sold it for probably $20. It's worth $1,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wish I had just walked away and kept the gun because I could have sold that for $1,000.
Like, got like
that's
11
real.
Switch 2 games.
Right,
I mean,
exactly. It's crazy.
Anyway. Hey, have you guys?
Hey, man.
Do you
What
want
you got there?
Do you want to try these Doritos?
The sriracha ones,
Have you had these?
I have.
You didn't
You
like
sound
them?
disappointed.
I was disappointed.
Were you expecting them to be spicy?
Yes.
They're not
and
spicy.
tastes like sriracha.
It doesn't. It doesn't say anywhere on here that they're spicy. It says they're tangy and sweet. But I really like them
Also
because I
not
like.
how I would describe sriracha.
No.
The bag
I think
looks
they
like
have
C-3PO.
a little bit. It does. It is the C-3PO hue, isn't it? It's anyway. I like mustard. I like things
Now,
that
the hot
taste
mustard
like
Doritos,
mustard.
on the other hand.
Hot mustard Doritos.
Hot
fucking
mustard
rule.
Doritos
Fucking fire.
are probably my favorite.
I
These
had those for the first time here.
hot mustard Doritos, for me, it's hot mustard Doritos, then sweet chili Doritos, and then these.
I do love a sweet chili Dorito.
The second one,
I'll take a second one. I like that.
I like them a lot.
good.
Like I sat down, and like I said, they're not like especially spicy, but it turns out if you eat almost an entire bag at once, they do get spicy.
It is a good flavor.
I like the
I
flavor.
love the flavor, man. I think they're.
I can see where if you're expecting
all you want.
sriracha, you would be disappointed. 'cause
Yeah, it's
I'm
subtle.
not getting a lot of that.
I'm
I
good
saw a
for the
TikTok
moment.
where a
Thank you.
mukbanger was his challenge was to emulate the same daily diet as
expect these
the
to be
7 heaviest people on my 500-pound life or whatever on TLC, going through their daily diets of like 25 to 30,000 calories each. He was doing it every day to see if he could make it
30,000 calories in a day?
in a day.
Is that even humanly possible?
Apparently.
I mean, the people who are like 600 pounds, yeah, they knock it out. So it's just you gotta work on it. So he's on the first one was like, all right, what is this guy? He was on my 600-pound life. He weighed 859 pounds. All right, what was his breakfast? And his breakfast was 100 bags of chips, like not like full size bags, but like snack size bags. He would eat 100 of those. He would buy a box of 25 of every type and eat the whole box for breakfast. So the guy was
That's
like,
got to take a long time,
oh
right?
yeah, the guy was like, his mouth was bleeding by the end of him eating all the chips. He's like, the roof of my mouth and the sides of my mouth were just split open.
so you
and
know you're
torn
done.
apart.
yeah.
Yeah, when the blood, yeah.
When you
taste
start
blood.
bleeding from the food you're eating, maybe stop.
That's also just half a bowl of Captain Crunch.
Switch to
1 cup, exactly.
when you
of
start
Captain
bleeding from eating chips. That's when you switch to milkshakes.
Yep. Because like he also had to
Sounds
eat
expensive.
it showed like how much it was, and it was like each meal was $175 to $200.
How can you possibly afford that?
I don't know. I guess when you have a TV show, like
Yeah.
that's where all their money goes.
Counter-Strike skins? I don't know.
Stickers. It was interesting because then he was like having to eat like 4 large pepperoni and bacon Pizza Hut pizzas. And he was just like, the bacon is just like
That's good.
That sounds heavenly.
the crispy bacon on the roof of my
does.
mouth is awful. It's like I'm more impressed about how his mouth endured this, much less his skin.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
But yeah, you guys want to? We got 2 Rambo movies and a Rambo game. We want to roll into Rambo.
See, I remember Rambo, but I don't really remember, or I remember First Blood. I don't really remember Part 2 very much.
Well, we are going to get you up to speed.
All right.
And I will tell you that we made that fucking same mistake that we always make, which is
It's not our fault.
we're going to play Rambo and then we don't look to see that the movie is which movie the game is about. So we we all watched First Blood, which you should anyway, but we all watched First Blood.
Absolutely.
And then I found out from Lord, that the game covers the second movie, Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Why did they name it that?
I don't know.
Why did they?
There's a
name it?
lot of things wrong with
Dude, I
First
get
Blood
it.
Part 2.
Because it's like,
So,
if the first movie is called First Blood, and the way that the first movie ends, it's like, well, what the fuck happens to Rambo? Does he go to jail? What the fuck?
Right.
So I kind of get it that it's called Part 2, but I was like, fuck, man. First Blood Part 2 fucking sucks. First Blood Part 2 should have been like a courtroom drama
first, listen,
where it's like, how are they going to get Rambo out of this? Did you
Matlock
see what he did in that gas
defends
station? Matlock.
I would have loved for that.
Angela Lansbury comes out of the courtroom.
Matlock shows up. I would have actually really liked that a lot
Yeah.
better than what we got.
Yeah, no, totally.
And the fucked up part about it is, John and I were having a discussion about this earlier. It's funny how how age changes your perspective. Because when I was a kid, First Blood Part 2 was the shit. That's why I bought a fucking Rambo survival knife with the compass and the stock and the matches on the inside of the handle
yeah. You had that.
and the
That was a
saw.
thing you could have-
K-bar.
Yeah, you could buy them anywhere.
I mean, same for
Had-
Melissa's brother.
You had the saw that had the little
serrations
key
on the
rings
back.
on each side, so you could saw through branches. And it was a survival knife. It was a piece of shit, but it was my favorite thing ever. I loved it. But
You got
seeing
the thing
movies
tied around your head
absolutely.
all the time. All of Melissa's brother's childhood pictures. He's
Dude,
got the thing
Yes, I tried to get my parents to let me grow my hair out into a big bushy Rambo style. They wouldn't let that happen. I always had the little red band.
Terry wasn't having that.
No, he was not. No,
I can imagine. He's like,
he didn't
Ronald
know.
Reagan would not appreciate that hairstyle.
So he didn't know that I had the survival knife.
He's an American hero, Dad.
The survival knife would have been a problem. He didn't know I had that, and but I bought it because back in the '80s, boy, they didn't care. They sold you anything. They didn't care how old you were. There was a video rental place on the corner next to the Coke plant, which is currently a men's clothing store. The video rental place was called Selectivision, and that's where we all rented movies from there because it was the closest place to our neighborhood, right? Well, hidden behind the Selectivision was this shady as fuck Army surplus store, and we would go into.
Those are the best kind of army.
Yeah, they
surplus.
were. There were things for sale in there that should not have
Yeah.
been for sale.
Yeah.
Which
Someone
persona is it that has the shady army? Is it
Not the
4?
one I've played. I don't think.
Okay, and one of them there
I've
is
only
a
played 4.
shady.
So,
maybe
I
it's
didn't
3
finish
then.
it.
Falling Down has a shady.
there were no.
Oh yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
Maybe a little worse than shady in that one.
Yeah.
So we would go in there, and of course, in that being also the beginning of kind of my punk phase, so I bought army jackets and
Sure,
you
yeah.
know, things as part of my fashion statement, which was probably my favorite phase of my fashion statements. It was my
The first place they asked to see your dick whenever you came in.
right.
Not the dollar
Again,
store. It was the
already out.
surplus.
It's the price of admission. Dick's out.
When you're a kid in the 80s, your dick's out
Right.
everywhere.
Pretty much. And so we go in there, and the guy that ran the place was super cool. We were absolutely not supposed to be in there. I mean, he even had a sign on the door that said, "You must be 18 to enter." But it was, he didn't care. We would just go in anyway.
He's like,
That was a test.
they're
You guys are
probably
cool.
they're probably
Hey,
gonna
you
buy
18?
something.
Yeah, cool.
he was paying somebody.
Wait,
Bought a
Rodney,
survival
this camera
knife,
and
so-
just-
Right. So I went in and I had saved up my money and I went in to buy this survival knife. And it was more of a toy than an actual weapon, but it was still a big fucking a blade. It was truly a knife, and it had real matches and shit in it, but it was kind of it wasn't
just-
like bench-made quality kind of thing. But so I went in.
It was Pakistan's finest steel.
Right.
But it was still steel.
It was still made of steel. So I went in and I went to
STEIL.
went in to buy it, and I got it off the shelf and put it on the counter, and he goes, I remember the old man going, well, you're in here an awful lot. I'm like, yeah. He goes, your parents know you're buying this? I'm like, yes. Good enough for me. $24.95. So I paid for the knife and left. He didn't care. He knew what we were doing. I was buying fucking throwing stars and fucking making nunchucks with ball bearings in them and shit. I mean, we were well armed as children in the 80s. There was never a time where I wasn't armed with some sort of ninja-based weapon.
West Kentucky Ninja.
Yeah, Pyro Ninjas, baby, for life. But yeah, it was crazy how much weaponry we had and how dangerous this was. But First Blood Part 2 is what inspired me. I wanted to get, I want to get all this cool shit, right? Watching that movie yesterday, man, is it bad. I really hated it. And I'm like, God damn it. But the first one, when I first saw it as a kid, it was boring. I was like, this kind of sucks. I didn't care for it, But as an adult,
That's the interesting one.
First Blood is good.
It's real good.
It's real good, Clark.
It's real good.
I love this fucking movie.
Legitimately a fucking good
It's a good movie.
Let me regale you, all of our listeners, with a brief plot summary of First Blood, starring Sylvester Stallone, from 1982.
And Brian Dennehy.
Brian Dennehy.
Brian Dennehy is
Brian
a
Dennehy.
dick.
Even when he's not trying to be. Sorry to jump in.
No, you're good. He just
But that
is.
scene where he's talking to Troutman in that bar and he's trying to apologize, but he
just can't do it.
can't.
Yeah.
He can't. It's like his character fault.
You
He
just
cannot
can't
apologize.
be
Right.
a
mean, he's
fucking
my
decent
dad.
person.
But he thinks that he did.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like it's done so well that you can tell he thinks he's cool now. you
Yeah.
know?
Very childlike David Caruso in this movie.
Yeah.
I
man.
thought
yeah,
that was
forgot
him. I was
about
like,
that.
No, that can't be. This
Yeah.
looks
He looked
like
like fucking
him.
Ron Howard.
Yeah, he really does. Like maybe a malnourished Ron Howard. I mean, that's saying a lot because as a kid, Ron Howard looked pretty malnourished. 1982, shortly before my 10th birthday, director Ted Kotcheff, based on a novel by David Morrell of the same name, First Blood. They estimated budget for this movie was $15 million. Reported worldwide gross is around 125 to 160 million.
Damn.
Domestically, they made about $64 million. It was a big hit.
Yeah.
Basically, this movie it's very spending a lot of time telling a story of a guy named John Rambo who is returning from his time of as serving as a special forces Green Beret in Vietnam, where he saw some shit. Everyone, he was tortured. He was a prisoner of war. He went through it all.
And they show us just the right amount of that.
Yeah, they
too.
show
They don't-
just enough to
yeah.
give you the idea that he was there and some of the things that sort of triggered
And they do
him.
them in flashbacks
yeah.
too, which is really effective.
And that's really good too, because I feel like sometimes it's best left to your imagination.
Sure, of course, yeah.
You know,
I
it's like
agree.
the horrors of war type stuff might be worse in your head than they could show you on the screens.
Well, he's kind of a drifter at this point, and what he's done after he's now returned back to the States, he just kind of hitchhikes around, and he's in Oregon, and he has gone to find a former squad mate of
Did
his.
he set the stereotype for the ex-military drifter, or did they just really nail it?
I don't know.
Because he
I was
looks
wondering that.
like an ex-military
I was
drifter.
wondering that too. I mean,
It's definitely the template now,
Yeah.
right? I
Right.
mean, he did set that standard,
Well,
I think.
I remember seeing people that looked like that when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
and these
You
guys,
know, like I think it was a real thing.
what this really does, this movie does as a purposefully shines a light on the way that Vietnam vets were treated when they came back, because this war was heavily not supported, and a lot of the soldiers that returned from this war were they were shunned, they were turned away from, they were told that they were monsters and baby killers, and a lot of them had a real tough time because it was a really terrible, terrible war, and it wreaked a lot of havoc on people's minds. And so he's gone to find the one guy in his platoon that survived. He and one other guy actually survived and made it out of Vietnam, and the rest of his guys were killed.
I feel like it should be noted too that the VA wasn't big on mental health back in the early 80s. You know?
Right. So he goes and he makes his way
Or
to
in the mid 2020.
Well, they're better than they were.
Yeah, I think there's a little growth, right?
a little.
Well, he makes his way to his friend's house only to discover that his friend has in fact passed away from cancer that was caused by the chemical warfare that was waged on them. And because when
I'm glad you clarified that, because I was like, can't catch cancer. Like,
it's Agent Orange.
You can get Agent Orange all over you,
So
though.
she call it like that. She calls it like that orange stuff or something.
And what happened, what Agent Orange is obviously it's napalm. It's a sticky, flammable substance.
Agent Orange was the agent that they used to kill the vegetation.
Oh, okay.
So it turns out also kills you, just slower.
Well, and what they would do is they would drop this stuff without regard for the fact that the soldiers
right over top of
there.
them.
And because they didn't have, whether they did or didn't have any evidence to show that it was harmful to people, turns out it was. And so we find out that Rambo's buddy has died from cancer, and now he's got basically no one left. So he starts walking and is headed to Portland. For some reason, I can't remember what his reasons were for going to Portland. I think it might be where he lives. There's some of the later movies, the last two movies. The very last Rambo movie is called John Rambo, and it's so good. I highly recommend you watch this last movie. But it shows his home, and I'm wanting to say it's in Oregon, but I could be mistaken. I don't know. Anyway, maybe he was
just making it up.
Maybe he was just going that way, just saying that's where he was going. Because what happens is he walks through a small town, and Brian Dennehy, the sheriff of the small town, passes him and sees that he's a drifter and that he's clearly going to be trouble because he's a drifter. So he makes him get in the car. He says, "I'll tell you what. I'll give you a ride out of town." So he drives him through town, and he's basically telling him, "We don't like your kind here. We don't want you here." And Rambo actually asks, "Hey, can you at least drop me somewhere where I can get something to eat?" He's like, "There's a restaurant about 30 miles north of town." And basically he's like, "Fuck you. I'm not going to let you stay in this town." Well, so he takes him out of the city limits, lets him out of the car, says, "I hope that this ride has proved to be educational for you." And he pulls off, and then John Rambo immediately turns around and starts walking back towards town, and because he correctly feels that he has the right to go into town and have a bite to eat, and he's done nothing wrong. Well, the sheriff sees this and turns around and goes and arrests him. And they takes him into town and says we're going to book him for vagrancy and resisting arrest. And of course,
Bunch of trumped up bullshit.
Yeah, Rambo's keeping his mouth shut. He's not cooperating. They're trying to fingerprint him, and he won't let them fingerprint him. And
he's looking like he's never seen ink before. Like,
yeah. That was the direction. Okay, Sylvester. All right, you've never seen this substance before in your life, and you want to get off your hands with any way possible. I like that it's like they're complaining about his prints, and it's like, I know you got to do it a special way, but like as much shit as he touched,
right? You got to have one somewhere. Yeah. They spray him down with a fire hose. The other cop that tries to book him.
The real shitty cop.
Really
like
shitty
cop.
Like hits him with it. Yeah, Galt hits him with his nightstick and sprays him with the hose. And at one point, they decide they're going to shave him.
Which is very standard.
So they make him look presentable for the judge.
For the judge,
you see.
right? Yeah.
And they're trying to hold back this guy. And you got to think. He's not wearing a shirt. Now, if you take one good look at John Rambo without his shirt on,
they all freak out when he takes his shirt off.
I'm thinking you may not be able to hold him.
Yeah,
if he doesn't want you to.
He looks like a guy who works out in Rambo First Blood and Rambo First Blood Part 2. It's like
He looks like a guy on steroids.
Like he's trying to compete with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. He's juicing. Yeah, he looks like a normal dude who's just kind of buff. But
He's the got in First Blood 1, and then he's fucking
what might tip somebody off to the fact that maybe don't fuck with this guy quite so hard, or all the scars. Like the dude has like scars and shit on him from like they even remark about it, don't they? Like they even say so. It's like
David Caruso's
this
like,
guy's
oh my God,
been
look
through
at him.
some shit.
Should we
right?
call
like,
somebody?
Well, he gets it. They get it in their head that they're going to shave him, and they bring out a straight razor, and they're going to put some soap on him. And the asshole that's holding him with the nightstick to his throat says, "Nah, shave him dry. He'll be fine." Well, as soon as that razor comes out, Rambo has a flashback of the fucking Viet Cong holding a knife to his throat and threatening him with it and cutting him
cutting his
chest open, and he freaks the fuck out and starts kicking everybody's ass. And
I felt bad for some of those cops,
Right.
Because it's like
They were just in the way.
and I feel like the movie did a pretty decent job where it's like, okay, the sheriff's a dick, obviously. Galt is like a monster.
right, he's truly a psychopath.
And then it's like some of them are just literally like don't know what the fuck's going on. Like they're not even part of the situation.
one guy's brought donuts, and he just barrels through him
Right.
and knocks him on the ground.
They
Yeah.
perfectly captured Old Country Cops.
They did.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Turns out there's plenty of white trash in Portland or near Portland, Oregon as well. But he runs out of the building. He grabs a guy off his motorcycle, and they start chasing him.
Yeah, I
up
felt
into
bad for that guy.
I did too. It's like, I'm having a bad day. I'm having to ride my motorcycle to work in the rain.
Well, at least the police are all right and just and keeping us safe.
So he gets on the motorcycle, and the sheriff, Brian Dennehy, chases him, and it gets crazy at this point. Rambo starts going into survival mode, and
Because he runs
These
into the
He just
cops-
like ditches it into the woods. Right?
yeah, he's gone at this point. He's climbing up the mountain.
Finds an old
and
tarp for a shirt.
that was improvised, by the way. Apparently the tarp he made, that was not in the script. He did that all on his own. But yeah, they're chasing him, and now they've got this big manhunt going. And at one point, he gets to a cliff, and he starts trying to climb down the cliff. And who should show up in a helicopter but Galt, the fucking psychopath cop, who is trying to shoot to kill from this helicopter
with a rifle. Yeah.
with the rifle, and the pilot's like, "We got to get out of. There's an updraft here. I can't keep the gun steady.
couldn't tell,
or the
like-
chopper steady."
Because you could tell the pilot is like, dude, don't fucking shoot this guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like,
the unarmed guy hanging off the cliff.
right.
Even Brian
don't
Dennehy,
shoot
he's
that
like,
guy.
bring him back alive. Don't kill him. Don't kill him.
Yeah.
Well, eventually Rambo loses his grip and he falls. He falls.
Well, I thought he
down.
intentionally
Well, he
jumped.
did.
Yeah,
he
so
did
he doesn't get
jump,
shot.
and he falls down and hits a bunch of branches on the way down, and fucking really cuts himself super bad. And
When he's like sewing his fucking arm up, like that was a really good effect.
with the blood coming out,
Yes.
he actually, when that happened, when they got that makeup and that pump to do the blood coming out of that cut, they went to a local hospital to make sure it looked real.
It
Like-
looked it was a great
They
effect.
like had him checked to make sure that it looked believable, and they were like, yeah, absolutely, and it does. It's a really great effect because you see that kind of waterfall of
Like
blood
pumping,
pumping out, and it's crazy. But he's taken shelter behind a tree. He's trying to get his breath. He's trying to nurse his wound, and the fucking guy in the helicopter shows up again, starts shooting at him. Rambo grabs a rock, throws it at
Rolls
the
a 20.
helicopter, and startles the pilot.
Rambo's a halfling.
who jerks the helicopter. Meanwhile, the cop that's been shooting at him, the psycho, has undone his restraint and is now plummeting down and falls to his death. And now they're really mad at him because he killed this cop.
See, it reminds
Not
me.
really. I'm rolling my eyes for those of you that can't see.
I saw that and thought Final Fantasy Tactics, because in Final Fantasy Tactics there's a skill called throw rock.
Yeah.
And when you throw a rock, it doesn't turn damage, but it knocks them back.
Right.
I've been killed and knocked off so many cliffs by throw rock. So.
Yep.
So anyway, I won't go through the entire thing, but basically Rambo just wages this silent war against these guys.
When they start the manhunt after that, and they do it proper, and they got the fucking like Dobermans and shit. The first like cop that he takes out, that scene is so great because it's like he's fashioned a ghillie suit.
Yeah.
You do not know that. Like they don't show him doing that. And when he like takes out that first cop, it was like, oh shit, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't see him.
Yeah.
At one point, he pulls a predator and he's completely covered in mud and he's hiding in the mud.
Yeah,
and
you
the
see
guy
his
walks
eyes
by.
open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so good.
He also pulls a predator when he sets up that trap with the spike, the sharpened sticks.
Yeah.
Because that's real similar to what Arnie was making there at the end of Predator.
He takes out like six cops all at once.
Doesn't
and
kill him.
It doesn't kill him. It disables him. And at one point, he's got Brian Dennehy with a knife to his throat. And he said, you don't want this. I'm giving you the opportunity to fuck off and walk away with your life. Just leave me the fuck alone. I could have killed all of you, and I chose not to. You started this. Just let me fucking go.
There's your first blood.
Title of the movie. That game that Tanya and I play that game every.
Sure.
We listen for title of the movie. So when he said First Blood, we both went title. We try to see if we can beat each other. Got to get a bell. Anyway.
Now Troutman, they bring the colonel.
Yeah.
That was his like commanding officer in Vietnam.
Correct.
They bring him in to, I guess, try to talk him down or something.
Yeah, they bring him in to try and see if he can. Well, he comes in. They don't bring him in. He comes in because he heard and he knew that this was his guy. So he thought, well, I'm gonna go try to, talk him out of the woods and see if we can get this to de-escalate. He is begging the sheriff, please, you don't know what you're getting into. And of course, Richard Crenna, the guy that plays Troutman, little over the top. He is the dyed-in-the-wool Army colonel, and he's like...
I liked him better in First Blood than First Blood 2.
I did too, because I think in First Blood 2, he was too busy trying to emulate what he pulled off in First Blood. It wasn't as effective. And of course, he had to go on this...
presence.
He did.
He really did.
And he's
aura,
basic,
as the kids would say.
Yeah. He's aura farming in First Blood.
Aura. He basically was like begging them to back off. He's like, you
don't know what you're
messing with. You got 200 guys, you're gonna have 200 body bags. This is gonna go badly. The
more titles he lists off, the more angry Brian Dennehy gets and just wants to kill him.
Which really should have been the determining factor here, is to say, oh, maybe we shouldn't fuck with this guy.
Yeah, well, when it's like he won like a Medal of Honor, like I feel like at that point the sheriff should have been like, oh yeah, okay, fuck this.
So
we're done. Like this is the optics of this are horrible.
In the book, apparently, Dennehy's Teagle, I believe is his name.
Yeah,
the
Teagle,
sheriff.
yeah.
Teagle.
The sheriff in the book apparently was a Korean vet. He was a veteran of the Korean War. And he's mad because all of this attention is being paid to all these Vietnam vets, whether it be bad or good, and no one ever remembers the ones that served in Korea.
I wanted to see more explanation as to why he hated him. I know in his office you see he's got a Purple Heart and stuff like that pinned up behind him. So
apparently that was the motivation there for him hating on him so much, because he's got a real beef with these Vietnam guys who came back and they're just drifters and apparently caused trouble, all this stuff.
It's like Cotton Hill and all the Vietnam vets whenever he meets them. And
yes, exactly. That's exactly it.
PTSD, I only have good memories.
As he walks around on his short
I killed 50 men. What are you crying about?
Sorry, I know this is a little bit off topic, but I saw something that I thought was really funny the other day. So they're doing the extension of King of the Hill, or the new season of King of the Hill is supposed to happen 15 years, 20 years later or whatever. So they're like real time, right? So Hulu has a NASCAR. They repainted it or completely wrapped it in King of the Hill stuff because King of the Hill's coming out. And of course, in NASCAR, they draft and they get like super, super close to each other when they're going through the straights. The bumper on the back of the King of the Hill car, it said, "That's my bumper. I don't know you."
Nice.
Back of it.
That's amazing.
I was like, nice.
So anyway, the National Guard's been hunting him. He goes into an old mine shaft, and they fire.
There's some shots in there. I was watching it, and I was like, they don't do shots like this anymore.
No, they don't, especially with the rats.
Yeah.
Like he's finding his way out of this mine shaft, and he's got rats fucking everywhere all over him.
And
He
there's
looks legitimately like bothered by these rats.
Oh yeah, there's a great shot where like there's this like really like rough rocky tunnel that he's going through, and like the water level's high, and like the camera is like way back.
Yeah.
And so it's like you just see him in the tunnel, and it's like it's all black essentially, except for like the torch like that he's using, and it's like that was a really nice shot.
Yeah, it was. He makes his way out of the mine
rats are gonna
shaft.
bite me or nothing, right?
No, they're good.
No,
Just
they're
squeeze
fine.
him real hard.
I was about to say, he picks up that one rat. And he's like, oh, good shit.
These are tame rats.
Pops a rat.
Yeah,
These have been defanged.
he did a Milo and Otis on those rats, man.
Yeah, many rats died in the production of First Blood.
It's like
Yeah.
the Candyman. For every rat that bites you, you get $100 extra.
They think they've killed him because they had shot a rocket launcher into the entrance of the mine to collapse it. And so they're digging it out to try to get him, but he managed to get into the mine before it went off. So he's finding his way out, going through rats and everything else, and he does. He finds a vent shaft, and he gets out, and he takes there's an army truck driving past, and he takes it, and he jumps on top of it and then gets into the passenger seat. And finds that he pushes the driver out, and then he drives the truck, which has
beef with you.
yeah.
Shove.
You're lucky, buddy.
He was, I mean, to be honest, Rambo was pretty like courteous to that dude.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, what you got back in the back there?"
What's
He
your
goes,
name? Well, Robert A. What do you got back there?
Yeah.
He said, "Robert A. What's back in the back?" M60, sir.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! So he pushes him out. He drives the truck into town. Crashes it into a gas station, and the pumps start spraying gas
man, when
everywhere.
he takes down that gas pump.
He takes this fucking M60 out, of course, and the belt, and carries it, lights up the fucking gas, blows up the gas station. And I'm thinking, man, the guy that owns it's also a used car lot,
Right.
So like the guy that owns this place is going to be really just raking in the insurance money. Hopefully, he's been paying his premiums.
I'll never recover financially from this.
Yeah. So now Rambo's in town. But he uses this.
So what
gas
was the
station.
logic to blowing up the gas
He
station?
uses it as a diversion, so all the cops and shit will be there, and he can make his way into town to get at the sheriff.
Oh, okay. So now it's like, all right, I gotta
So
kill
now he's
gotta kill
going after
Brian
the
today.
sheriff. He's made up his mind, and he blows
shooting
out
the Transformers.
shooting Transformers and taking power out across the town. He blows up a fucking gun store by basically making a giant pile of black powder and lighting that shit up, and so it blows up.
Which I thought was interesting. I honestly, because like at first I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And I was like, oh, he's making sure no one can arm themselves.
Right.
I mean, obviously
Yeah.
the police are
Yeah.
going to have guns, but it's
Yeah,
like
but-
he's going to effectively disarm any
Hey.
citizen that wants to.
When the North Hollywood shootout happened in like the early 90s, the cops went to a local gun store and grabbed a bunch of guns.
Yeah, right.
Because they didn't have the proper armament to deal with these motherfuckers who showed up with a bunch of full auto shit, ballistic helmets, Kevlar vests, and armor plates. Like they just couldn't deal with it with the 9mm fucking pistols that they had, so they went and grabbed a bunch of ARs from a local gun store.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I can absolutely see like that as a point of order. Like, hey, I'm gonna lessen the threat.
Right.
And you know,
it's like a gun store. Fun fact.
Who's hunting, I guess, and then
Oh,
nearly
right.
stabs him and throws his gun away. And
Fun
then
fact: our
kills
local
that dog with his bare hands.
our independent gun store here in Paducah burned down a couple of years ago. One of the big problems was
Rambo.
they stored a lot. was Rambo, and they stored a lot of black powder there because there's big muzzleloader season around here, you know. So like they had
A lot of Civil War
of
reenactments.
black
we do.
powder, and
They do have one across.
Yeah, when your building
Detroit.
catches on fire, having a lot of black powder in there is not a good thing.
Well, so meanwhile, the sheriff is cowering on top of the roof, hiding from Rambo. And, you know, you'd like to think that he's up there to try to get a high ground and maybe try to take a shot at him, but he can't because it's dark and there's fire and explosions and everything going around.
A huge mistake.
Rambo shows up behind the police station and unloads every bit of ammunition he has in that M60 into the police station and all but cuts it in half. He goes into the police station with the absolute intent to kill this son of a bitch on the roof. And he stands underneath him.
I love that.
And he figures out by the shadows of the skylight where the guy's standing.
And also like the ladder.
Yeah, and the ladder. And he just shoots through the ceiling and shoots up his feet and legs. And then he comes crashing down. He's about to execute him. And then Troutman walks in and says,
Then the best part of the movie happens.
Rambo gives this fucking speech. He talks him out of killing Brian Dennehy. Troutman does. And at this point, Rambo like has an emotional breakdown, and he goes into this story. He tells this story about how he was with his buddy in a bar in Vietnam, and this kid came up asking if they could get a shoe shine or if he could give him a shoe shine, and Rambo says no and goes up to the bar to get more drinks, and the other guy says yes. The kid suicide bombs him, and it blows his legs off, right? Blows his buddy's legs off, and just the way that
And now my friend's on me.
Right, I got my friend's guts all over me. His blood is all over me. I'm talking to him. All he wanted to do was get back home and cruise in his car, but he doesn't have no legs. He doesn't have no legs. I mean, it's just it is easly Sylvester Stallone's best performance as far as I'm concerned.
I like when he stabs that dude in Cliffhanger.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
It's no stalactite stabbing, but
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Second for me.
But he didn't really say anything.
I think he goes, "Ugh."
Yeah, right. But this was
You didn't say like hang around.
yeah.
Thankfully, that'd been gauche.
But it was just really well delivered and passionate and wonderful.
Yeah, how he can't get a job. He was a Medal of Honor winner.
Yeah.
Everything amazing over there, and he can't sell cars over here. He can't
Right.
wash cars. He can't.
Right. It's just crazy, and it's super effective. But he does eventually turn himself in and is taken to.
And that's where the movie fucking
where the movie
ends.
Hard and
And it was like, no, I want to know. What do they do? What happens?
You get to hear the obligatory Frank Stallone song playing over the credits.
Oh my god! Nikki and I both we're watching this, and then we both turn and look at each other like, "What the fuck
This is this is a clear case of nepotism. Sylvester Stallone used Frank Stallone's fucking music all the time in his movies, and it's always bad except for Eye of the Tiger. I
The least popular
think he did Eye of the
toy
Tiger.
this year. Tickle Me, Frank Stallone.
in Rocky,
Lord.
1976 Best Picture, and then at the very beginning, Rocky's walking through his old neighborhood in Philly, and he walks by a dude singing. A group of dudes singing in front of a 55-gallon drum full of stuff that's on fire. The main dude singing is his brother Frank Stallone.
I thought you were gonna say it was Frank Stallone records that were
On fire. No, he gave his brother.
I got to burn these to stay warm now.
Gave his brother plenty of chances to hit it big.
It was a weird
It
tonal
didn't
shift.
fit. It did not fit.
Yeah.
But I love the theme, the Rambo theme. The I
liked it. I like it,
cool.
but I felt like there were points in the movie. Like I thought this movie was good.
Yeah.
I thought this movie was really good. But there were points in the movie where it's like that theme plays when he's doing some shit where it's like, I don't know if we should be celebrating this. You know what I mean? Because it's like when he's like blowing through the police barricade, like one of the cars explodes, and it's like, I'm not gonna deny that shit wasn't fucking cool. That shit was cool. However, when you play that music, it makes me think that you want me to do that.
Right. Or go buy a survival knife.
right.
or something.
So it's like
Buy an NWA album.
it feels like it I don't know. When that happens, it kind of feels like the movie is, instead of letting us make our own decisions, which I feel like it's doing like a good job. What? I'm serious. I'm serious. Because it's like the movie's telling us Rambo's the hero.
Right.
And it's like, don't tell us that. Let's
Yeah.
just fucking like figure it out our own.
Let it organically happen.
Right.
You
Yeah.
have to root for Rambo. When in a lot of ways, he didn't make great decisions.
No, he
That's
makes
why I was like,
horrible
yeah.
decisions.
Describe a movie badly, like a sheriff and a Vietnam War vet make increasingly bad decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
This could have been de-escalated
Right.
so easily.
Because
but
it's like, even like,
it's just stubbornness.
I get that he should be allowed in that town.
Agreed.
1,000%. However, it's probably a better decision to just move on to the
Right.
next town as
Right.
opposed to being like, you know what?
I'm going to assert my will right now, and I'm gonna
Like,
exercise my freedom.
I'm not saying he's wrong,
No.
but I'm saying that that's a decision.
right.
You know?
you kind of maybe should have expected something to happen.
And that's also why I'm not Rambo.
hold on.
Because
Hold
I'd
on.
have been like,
kept
hold
all
on.
going.
right, see
He
you,
told
cop.
He told him the restaurant was 30 miles away. How long had it been since he had eaten? Because I feel like that's going to influence my decision
That's a good point.
a lot.
That's
like,
a good point.
Like if I have not eaten, I'm going to be like, man, fuck that guy. I'm going to go get some grub.
Yeah. I would have waited till he was.
Oh yeah,
out
I
of
definitely
sight.
wouldn't have let him see me.
Right.
That was a little bold.
Yeah.
Also,
And
if
considering how
you're-
good he is at hiding, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, also though, if you're Rambo, you've really got just a whole plethora of woods animals and wild boars and shit.
That
to
is
hunt.
true. That boar looked fucking good. That he
Fucking
cooked.
delicious.
When he spears the boar, yeah.
It looked delicious. Cooked over a sizzling hot
Yeah, he looked like
campfire.
a D&D barbarian
Yeah, he
carrying
did.
the haunch of the boar.
Yeah.
None of this animal goes to waste, except for all of the parts that wasn't this leg. But anyway, and I don't really want to get super detailed in the First Blood Part 2 either.
I don't either because I didn't really enjoy
It's
it.
not a great movie.
I didn't
So
think it
give-
was bad, but
Give me like a brief
Here's
synopsis because
basically-
I don't really remember
He gets
it that
Rambo
well.
after this whole deal in First Blood.
I know he goes to
gets-
Vietnam, right?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
tell you all about it. He gets arrested and sent to like a rock, like breaking
Glory.
rocks all day.
Breaking rocks in the hot sun.
A labor camp.
Yeah, and Troutman's like, "Oh, sorry, I tried."
Try harder.
Troutman shows up and says, "Hey, sorry, I couldn't get you a better deal than this. I can't imagine spending 5 years in here." And
I've seen
Rambo's
worse.
like, "Yes, sir."
And my
I
reaction
know
to
where I
that
stand
was,
here.
"This is how the second movie should have ended."
Right.
Like, how did we get to this point?
He's like, "Well, we've got a mission to find some POWs in Vietnam, and you're you came up as being one of the 3 most qualified people to find these guys. We have the relative location we think is the POW camp, and we want to send you in. And if you'll do this, you don't even have to rescue them. You just need to take pictures and prove that they're there, so then we can mobilize troops to go in and get them."
An extraction team.
An
We
extraction
use
team.
the same computer system that we use in 2025 in the VA now in 1987 in order to run a synopsis over people who know the most.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's shockingly accurate.
Then my favorite part was Troutman's like, "If you do this, we should be able to get you a pardon." And I'm thinking, Should? How about some fucking guarantees here, man? Because the shit that you're sending me into is actually worse than breaking rocks all day. Because he even says, I mean, at least here in prison, I know what I am. Yeah. And so
I have a Medal of Honor.
he agrees.
Fuck you.
He agrees to do it. And so they fly him into Thailand. And of course, now they've got the new Brian Dennehy. I can't think of the guy's name that plays the sort of
Murdoch's the character's name, but
Murdoch
I don't
is the
know the actor's name.
Let me look real quick. Charles Napier, I think is his name.
It's not Cobra Kai guy.
No, but Cobra Kai is in this.
Didn't realize how.
Oh yeah, I was trying to place him. The pilot
Melissa was like, "Is that guy Maverick?" I was like, "No, that's from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
He's the dojo leader
from
Cobra
Karate
Kai."
Kid.
Man, thank you.
He was the original Cobra Kai dojo guy from Karate Kid. I mean, he's
right.
from
right.
I think he went from this
because I haven't
to
seen
Karate Kid,
Cobra Kai. So
yeah,
but I knew that guy. I was like, "Fuck, who is he?"
Yep.
Well, they send him
Hit
in.
Johnny in the back of the head. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna drop him in the middle of nowhere. They're gonna have him parachute in. He's got this backpack full of high-tech weaponry. They keep saying, "Don't try any of this blood and guts, hand-to-hand shit. We've got all the best tech, the best weapons, the best everything." They kept talking about all these advanced weapons. So they load him up, right? And they go and they try to drop him from a plane, and the fucking strap gets caught on the plane, and now he's being flopping around behind the plane, and he cuts himself free and drops it had to have been 20 miles off target.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, he was stuck for a long time.
He was stuck for a good full
It's funny
minute
you
or
mentioned
two.
that because the whole time, I'm thinking it's like, God damn, where's he gonna fucking wind up? Like
they're over Japan
can you guys like
at this point.
run around or something?
But he drops into the woods, perfectly fine. He's fine.
Yeah,
and he's supposed to meet his indigenous contact,
Co,
and turns out Co is a woman. Weren't expecting woman. This woman had the worst fake Vietnam accent I have ever heard.
Yeah.
it was uncomfortable.
She clearly was Vietnamese. She could speak Vietnamese perfectly. But the English, she say word like this. And it's like, bullshit.
Right.
I know you can use modifiers. I know you can use articles and adjectives and things, but she just didn't. She sounded like they had her talking like a cave person.
Yeah.
she couldn't just also speak English.
Right.
She could have just been a translator. No reason to make that decision.
No. We gotta pump that racism up.
We want to act like you're a D&D character who only speaks roughly the same language, so it's a very stilted novel.
He gets hooks up with her, and not literally, and goes to. They find a boat of pirates, like Vietnamese pirates, to take them further into the jungle so that they can infiltrate the camp. And he gets in and he finds the POWs, and he's like, "Well, I can't just leave them," which, his orders were to leave them.
Right, and we all knew that he.
When you're sent someplace to take pictures, it's always best that you take a lot of high-tech weaponry with you.
Well, he lost.
I know he lost it, but still, it's like it's just funny to me that they're like, "Hey, get in there and do this recon and just take some pictures, man. We don't want you to do anything crazy, but in case you decide to do something crazy, there's a fucking bunch of high-tech, really awesome shit in these bags. So take them with you."
So he gets one POW and gets him out. And gets him to the extraction point in the north. By this point, he's made a big spectacle of himself, and everyone's chasing him. And they get to the extraction point, and they send the chopper. They've already sent the chopper to pick him up. But then he says, Rambo's got a POW with him. And so Murdoch, the guy calling the shots, says, "You got to leave him. Don't pick him up." Because
abort.
He tells them to abort the extraction because they didn't really want to expend the resources to rescue these POWs. They wanted it to be, if Rambo had gone in and gotten actual pictures of them, they would have just shelved the pictures and said, "Nah, we didn't find anybody." They didn't want to actually do it. They were just making a show for the families that were complaining to the government that they were trying.
Because the POW pulls a full Jumanji Robin Williams.
Yeah.
It's like, what year is it?
Yeah. It says 1986, and the dude's like,
That was the best acting in the movie,
was.
I thought.
It really was.
The look on that dude's face when he heard the year was like, oh, you've painted a picture of how long you've fucking been here, you know?
Yeah. So they leave him behind, and of course he gets captured. And then, so his friend, his contact, Co, he's being tortured, and they're threatening to torture him. And
I love this scene.
he's they're trying to, so at this point, the Soviets show up.
Of course
And,
they do.
yeah.
Because it's 1980.
It's
when did this movie come out?
1986.
86.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the correct time period.
I got you there.
And the Soviets show up, and they're like, okay, they've captured Rambo, and they're trying to get him to call in and give his position, and all
This
this.
is when they got him like hooked up to like a fucking box spring that's like connected
gotta
to
electrocute him.
something electric. I'm assuming some kind of generator or battery or something.
right?
Which was like, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that. Mattresses today, you just can't do that.
I know.
They don't have those metal
those
springs.
foam
in them.
ones, they don't do that. They don't conduct like a good old steel box spring.
But I thought like out of all like the scenes in the movie where shit is happening, I felt like I like the tension, in
right.
the torture scene.
And so they're doing that, and then Co makes her way under the building.
Yeah, and that was
sneaking
cool. She
around.
sneaks in as a
She sneaks
sex
in
worker.
as a sex worker. Yeah, and like, but when she infiltrates, she goes under the hut where they're torturing him.
She pulls a
right?
Rambo 1.
and
Shoots up.
but not before Rambo's on the radio
Saying,
talking
"Fuck
to
you."
Murdoch, and he gives the line from the movie. This one is, "I'm coming to get you."
Right.
And then he picks up the fucking microphone and hits the dude in the face. All hell starts breaking loose, and then she shoots them from below, and he gets out. Right, and
Well,
she goes with him.
I got to make the comment because I used to. My internship after culinary school was at a restaurant, Asiatique, a Malaysian fusion restaurant. The executive chef owner was Malaysian, and his two sous chefs were Vietnamese. Love these guys. Super funny.
Yeah.
We're cooking one day, and the other student that's with me, asked one of the wok sous chef, and he's asking me, he's like, "So, you ever been with?" And I don't know if I've told the show before because it's one of my favorite stories. But he's, "So have you ever been with two girls at once before?" And the sous chef turns around and looks at him. He's like, "No, prostitute in Vietnam, very, very cheap, 4 or 5."
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So they run off, they get out, and he's gonna go and try to rescue the POWs, and he and Co have a moment where she says, "Will you take me with you to America?" You know,
Right.
basically, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah."
And then they kiss. And I was like, why is this happening? And then she gets shot.
And
And
then
I was
she
like,
gets
oh, that's
shot.
why. That's why it
and
happened.
dies immediately after,
Right.
in a really bad luck
Yeah.
scene.
And then I never knew that this is my first, I had a Rambo. My first Rambo was yesterday. And that's where his bandana comes from. It's
Yep.
from a strip of fabric from her dress. And
Yep.
I was like, oh, now I know another fact about Rambo.
Yeah.
Well, the boat scene where they're fleeing off the boat, jumping off the boat, Co and the prisoner and him.
Yeah.
And when he just looks to the side, or another boat coming, he looks to the side and just pulls out a rocket launcher, turns to the side, and then you don't see the rocket come out and go. You just see him turn,
And then the boat explodes. Like, we're not going to use we're not giving him a real rocket.
How about we cut right here?
I practice with this thing.
And this is like, honestly, I didn't love the movie like from the start, but it was like, okay, all right, I can go along with this. This is fine. But like from this point forward was just like, I got really bored with it because it really becomes literally it's a montage of Rambo killing people. And it's like, that's fine. But it's like, it's so long. It's like the rest of the movie is that.
I dozed off during that part.
too.
And it's supposed to be the most action-packed part.
But like as like a teenager, I would have been eating that shit up. But like, I don't know. I was watching it and I was like, when's the next plot point coming?
Right.
Like, you know,
Where's the nuance? Give me some goddamn nuance.
or just something. Because it's like, there literally could have been like a title card. It's like, Rambo killed this many people, da 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 da. Like there needs to be a
Right.
abridged version. Right.
And then Rambo goes on a killing spree.
Yeah. And it's like he killed. Oh, does he kill anybody important? Nah, no one really you've seen in the movie except for that Russian guy who
Right.
tortured him.
And then that was an interesting kill. Another rocket launcher reprisal. There was a helicopter chase. He's got a helicopter full of POWs that he's rescued. He's being chased by the biggest goddamn Soviet chopper I've ever seen in my life. It's one of those.
Helicopter full of POWs.
I know
Band
the
name.
one you're talking about.
It's like
I
the
used
one
to
in
know
Top
the name
Gun
of it.
Maverick.
They're fucking enormous.
It's like that one in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It looks like an Apache, but 75% bigger. Like it's fucking
An
ridiculous.
Apache Chief.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Apache
of course.
Chief, the helicopter. It just grew bigger.
Apache Chief.
There's
Apache
weird
Chief.
decisions in this scene too, because like as the POWs are getting into Rambo's helicopter, one gets like straight up shot in the back, and I'm like, oh fuck, is that dude gonna be okay? And then they cut to like the Russian helicopter shows up, and then they cut to like the POWs in Rambo's helicopter just smiling and laughing.
So
I'm like,
happy
are
that
you
they're
guys
getting
worried about that
away?
your friend just got shot?
Right.
I know you're happy to like be like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be free, but it's like,
Yeah, but that guy was with you a long
a
time.
long
right?
time. He's
Right.
probably dying right now, dude.
Yeah.
We have a helicopter chase. Rambo fakes crashing the helicopter into a lake. However, the blade's still turning. You know,
Yeah.
it's clearly just sitting there and not wrecked.
I feel like there was a cut scene where they found a fire
Should have
extinguisher.
popped a smoke or something.
Right. Well, he was already on fire.
Okay.
He'd scored a couple of hits on him, and there was fire coming from somewhere inside the helicopter.
Again, I think there was a scene
Yeah.
they cut
Now-
where like they found a fire extinguisher
Now-
and they turned it on to make it look like smoke.
Was Rambo also in one of these giant Russian
was-
helicopters?
he
he's
was
piloting
piloting
it.
the giant Russian.
No,
No.
the little one.
He's doing like a smaller helicopter.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
chased
Like-
by the.
yeah.
Okay.
He's doing it really, really well.
I mean, he uses the helicopter to like fucking carpet bomb this POW camp and then rescues the hostages.
Is it like a bubble top, like a Cobra helicopter?
No, it's like it was more of a
A Huey.
Huey. Yeah, pretty
With
much.
the POW,
I did look it up.
The bull. They didn't expect him back mint in box. So
Right.
Yeah.
So he gets away and he fakes crashing this thing in the lake, and the guy comes up in the big helicopter and he's getting ready to pull the trigger, and Rambo grabs a rocket launcher, fires, and blows up the big helicopter
Yeah.
through the windshield.
Quick draw.
Quick draws a fucking rocket launcher.
An
and kills him.
RPG or something. That's
Flies
crazy.
the POWs back to base camp. Lands, has an emergency landing. There's just smoke coming out of every hole in this fucking thing.
Knees Cobra Kai in the balls.
Yeah. Goes into the command center with another M60 and blows up all the modern technology, shoots at all the pieces, and threatens to kill. You know, he gets on top of Murdoch and he's going to stab him, and he stabs the desk instead, walks away. And when he goes back past the helicopter that he just landed about 4 minutes prior to this, it was literally melted. Like when he landed, it was fine, except for all the smoke. You know, there was smoke,
And then when he
but
walks
everybody
out,
got off, and it was
Well,
fine.
well-
But when you look at it after he's walking past, the blades are all melted, bent down, and it's like, that shouldn't have been flying at all if we were already at melting point.
the POWs were keeping it together, I think. They were,
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
Blow-
Yeah, right. Flapping, yeah. Using the fucking fans from the McDonald's at the mall.
That's about the same time period.
Yeah.
And he gives a much less effective speech
Yeah.
about I just want my country to love me as much as I love it. And
In the NES game, he turns Murdoch into a frog. Yeah. In the NES game, he turns Murdoch into a frog.
the NES game,
Rangers do have spells, so it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
the NES game was
It's a new twist on
Yeah,
the Army
Kanji
Rangers.
shows up on the screen, and then Murdoch turns into a frog.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he put like a ceiling tag on him, and he turns into a frog.
the NES game. I thought was very accurate
Oh.
in that it was bad.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. I gotta be honest though, man. I was like, when I first started it, I was like, wait, there's experience in this game? Like you gain experience. And I was like, this is a fucking action RPG. I didn't expect Rambo to be an action RPG. It's like, fuck yeah, let's do this. And then I was playing it and I was like, oh, I didn't expect Rambo to be a Zelda 2 clone.
It was
Yeah.
Zelda 2. I caught that too.
Yeah.
Like even the weapons.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. It's a bad video game, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that it was an action RPG like carried me for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until I got to the POW camp, and then I was like, "Oh, this game's fucking too hard for me to get like to push through." Because like and it's got a little bit of that Platoon for the NES situation going on
Yeah.
too, where it's like a lot of the game is navigating through a jungle maze. And it's like, I got tired of that about an hour in, but I enjoyed it enough to be like, fuck it, I'll look up a guide. I don't give a shit. I'll look up a guide and see how far I can get to this game just for like navigating through the maze. So then I navigate through the maze and I'm like, good. And I get to the POW camp and it's like, the enemies there are just fucking ruthless.
Yeah, it was hard.
And it's like, maybe I'm done here.
Yeah. And it only gets worse from what I could see. I played it to a point, and then I'm like you. I kind of got like, nope, I think I'm good. And then I watched the long play.
Yeah.
And
There's some weird shit and like that I didn't get to in the game, like Murdoch turning into a frog,
right, I didn't see that part.
And
I don't
then,
know how I missed that.
like bobblehead bosses and shit. Did you see any of that?
I saw clips of the bobblehead bosses.
Yeah, I fought one boss. It was a giant spider.
because
Yeah,
it's the
In
jungle.
an
You never
underground
know what
cave
you're going to
system,
run
like,
into.
just like in Zelda 2.
yeah.
And they had the weird little pink flamingo monster things that run out at you.
Those are worth a lot of XP.
Yeah, they are. There was one point in the long play where the guy was like exploiting going back and blowing up this one like flying skull or something.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, you can get your XP up
Yeah,
to
you get 10
infinite,
XP
yeah,
per-
hit, per kill. But
I love the flying skulls in the Rambo.
in the Rambo movie,
My
right?
favorite
yeah.
part.
First Blood Part 2.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's where he gets the arrows. I think.
Yeah,
Were they
all
on
the flying
fire?
skulls.
Were they on fire?
No, just
Flying
skulls.
Just flying
just
skulls.
regular.
They really don't pose
That's
much of
the
a
Korean
threat
War.
in and
You're
of
confusing your,
Thought they
your
were-
war
Yeah,
skulls.
yeah.
Thought they were going for like a Doom thing with the flying flaming skulls, but
Well, he does have like red
Ghostbusters
sweatpants
thing.
on, shirtless the whole time, running through every.
Yeah, when you pause the game, the animations don't stop, so that's fun. Like everything stays in its place, but like Rambo's legs are still moving, and yeah,
Captain N style.
it was like I don't know anything about programming, but like it doesn't take an expert to play this game and be like, oh, they cut some corners on programming because it's like there's a password system, and sometimes the password it gives you doesn't fucking work.
And not to mention the
Nice.
fact it's like 32 characters long.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah,
like all
32
just
characters
random
long.
numbers and letters.
And if you put in a wrong password, at least in my experience, because I just tried random shit. Actually, what I tried was 32 zeros. It doesn't say incorrect entry or not a password or anything like that. It loads a fucking glitched out version of the fucking
Really?
game. Yeah.
no shit.
Yeah. So it's just like, it just lets you play. You can't see anything because it's just like pixel junk on the screen.
Yeah.
But you can press buttons and you hear that it's like doing shit.
Huh. That is, yeah, it's not a good thing.
Nah.
No.
Nah. Not a good look. It was. I know it was Pac-In Video's first NES game that they developed. And then like some people got confused because they're like, wait a minute, Rambo came out before Zelda 2 on the NES? What the fuck? Zelda 2 is a Rambo clone? And it's true. It did come out before Zelda 2 on the NES, but it did not come out before Zelda 2 on the Famicom Disk System.
Okay. I was about to say, holy shit, what?
I know, right? Wouldn't that be fucking wild? Rambo's and next Smash Brothers.
He's in Mortal Kombat. He could be in Smash Brothers.
A new challenger approaches and you don't see anything. And then you see eyes open.
I want the Rambo amiibo on my show.
Hell yeah.
Rambo crawls up out of the
Drifter
floor with a
amiibo.
fucking
It's
knife
just
in
him
his
in jeans
teeth.
and a jacket.
Yeah, I didn't care for it at all. It just was not my.
It
had
weird.
some neat components. Like I thought it had some good stuff in it.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the way it played.
It's not well put together. It's not
No.
constructed well. You start out with a knife, which makes sense for Rambo, and which is fine, but it's like really a short range weapon.
It's not.
It's hard to kill shit.
scaled like the size of his knife in the
No.
movie. It looks more like it would be about the size of a fucking Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got bugs and shit that fly at you, and snakes everywhere that you have to kill. Cheetahs, apparently.
Yeah. Tigers.
Some tigers.
And then
There's a tiger. It
and then
looked
the
like a
blue
cheetah.
tigers later.
The blue tigers.
Yeah.
Those are like a 1 in 2 million genetic effect.
Yeah, don't kill those. Those are endangered.
yeah,
They're
you need
protected
to-
species.
Yeah.
And then the fucking tiny ass spiders
The little bitty fucking spiders and
that are like
you
impossible.
Can't see.
That are possible to hit
And you
either.
can't hit 'em.
Unless
Oh
they're
my
jumping
God.
or yeah.
You get to play as Ko.
Oh, I didn't get to.
At
I
one
didn't get to play
point,
as
at
Ko.
one point, you play as Ko infiltrating the village as the sex worker.
Okay.
And she
Press B to suck.
press B to
Hey kids,
Press
you want
B
to
to-
infiltrate a POW camp as a sex worker? You can do that in Rambo.
press B
First
to
Blood.
love you long time. So yeah, you do. Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah,
Check it
yeah,
out,
I almost had
everybody.
a Full Metal Jacket
Check it
quote,
out,
and then I was like,
everybody.
nah.
Anyway,
It's a good joke.
it is a good joke. I didn't even have to explain it.
Yeah.
Everybody got that
Oh,
one.
then maybe it's not.
But yeah, you play as Ko briefly to get in to break him out of his
Okay,
capture.
that's cool.
And Ko dies in the game. Sort of. It's weird.
It's,
I mean,
it's like they use dialogue from the
Yeah.
movie in this game.
even the final at the end, the speech
Really,
is mostly there.
I just watched Murdoch turn into a frog.
Yeah. I don't know how I must have turned my head away or something. and
Wait a
missed
minute,
that.
rewind that. Yeah. Okay. Rewind. Let's watch that again.
She does die, but it's like at first she asks him to take her to America, and he's like, I can't. And she's like, okay, you'll never see me again. The dialogue was bad.
Yeah.
Badly written. She's like, take me to America with you. I can't. Okay, you'll never see me again. But then later, she rescues him, and she's like, take me to America with you. He's like, okay. Then she dies, and he's like, go. And that was it. And
His-
Well, see, he said her name backwards, so she died when he says okay. Superman rules.
Yeah.
yeah, Mixoplex.
Stallone's or Rambo's portrait in this game is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
It's bad.
It looks like
It looks like something out of Punch Out.
it does. It looks like Glass Joe, but they're like, yo, man, I played this great game, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Why don't we make Rambo look kind of like Glass Joe? It's like, I love the game. I haven't played much of it. I haven't got past the first boxer, but I want to reference this game somehow. It's really bad. And then it's
I wanted
like,
there to be a scene of Troutman, riding a bike with Rambo running behind him.
Yes.
Soda Popkinski driving a helicopter.
Giant Soviet.
A fucking Mi-24 Hind.
Starting to see
attack
a crossover
helicopter.
here that needs to happen.
There's yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's Punch Out.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Soda Popinski.
You could do you could have some of the boxers from Rocky, just pull in a whole bunch of villains from Sylvester Stallone movies.
Yeah. One of them could be Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
Simon Phoenix.
Simon Phoenix,
Hell yeah.
John Lithgow from Cliffhanger.
Yes. He's bobblehead John Lithgow now. That's the only way.
I think you've already made a better game. It sounds like.
Hell yeah. Kickstarter?
Let's do it.
Yep.
I know the model. We come up with a great idea for a game, pump out a few fucking screenshots, and then take the money, and then oops,
Yep.
sorry, we had production difficulties.
Thanks, AI.
Just say that Sylvester Stallone stepped in and changed a bunch of shit, and that's why we couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, we got a cease and desist.
There we go.
is,
That's it. Then we got the cease and desist.
Which is, by the way, the reason this movie sucked, is because Sylvester Stallone injected his thoughts and prayers into the movie where it didn't go the direction, it wasn't going the direction he wanted it to for that character. So he changed a bunch of shit.
I thought I saw that James Cameron had a credit.
Really?
At the very beginning of this movie, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't directed by or
Right.
anything. But it was oh shit, it might have been a writing credit or something.
Okay. Yeah.
It'd be funny. James Cameron, gaffer.
Right.
You know, like
Best boy.
yeah, exactly. Hey man, everybody's got to start somewhere. You know.
I didn't mean to get super into the weeds on the game
No.
before we did Xenelord's.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't read his email.
But maybe we could close it with
I'll
that.
close it with that.
Unless
and
we
can
have
do some
anything-
achievements and stuff. It's getting late.
Yeah.
You guys have any achievements?
Well, let me read Brad's
letter
letter
first?
real quick. Let's see. Come on now.
Come on now.
Jesus. Get that back. All right.
Yeah, he co-wrote. Sorry, I had to look it up. James Cameron co-wrote Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
Okay.
He wrote the first draft of the script, but it was subsequently rewritten by Sylvester Stallone.
So it was probably good when James Cameron wrote it.
There is a quote I'm
Or
seeing
better,
on Reddit.
anyway.
All right.
Yeah, Stallone says James Cameron, is now doing a backstroke badly in a pool of lies.
Whoa.
And that was apparently Stallone on his disagreement with James Cameron's Rambo 2 script. I wonder what that script was like.
Yeah.
'Cause it sounds like that was probably a good movie.
I want to see James Cameron's Rambo or
I
First
bet
Blood
it
Part
was
2.
good. All right. So Brad, a.k.a. Xenelord Lord, writes, Rambo, for anyone who thinks TADPOG is over, nothing is over. Nothing.
Who said that, Brad?
Yeah, tell us.
Who said that, Brad? Yeah, let us know. You're going to be our informant. We need you to turn snitch.
Nintendo Power, Game Pro, and EGM hadn't started when Rambo came out. So we again have to go to an old website review for Rambo. This from a website called the NES Files from 2002. I'm pasting the formatting straight from the website because I know we all missed the neon green text on black background websites of 20 years ago.
Angel Fire, GeoCities, yeah.
Rambo NES review, best movie to game translation ever.
Ooh.
Over the years, many movies became games. Friday the 13th, Aliens, Die Hard, Fifth Element, and more. Ooh, Fifth Element. But none of
I
them
did not
followed
know.
the movie more closely than Rambo. And this is true. I will say that this game did follow the plot of the movie.
Yeah, and
that's,
use some
I've-
dialogue from it.
I've said that before, that if they do that, they've scored some points for me. And it's still not a great game, but at least they tried to stay true to the material.
Fifth Element is a PlayStation 1 game.
Shit.
I'm down if you guys are, but it sounds like it's going to be probably a lengthy game.
I might not want to do that.
Yeah.
Rambo is based off the film First Blood Part 2. Your primary goal is to take pictures of a Vietnam POW camp. However, with the discovery that there are still American soldiers trapped inside, you make a judgment call and rescue them. When the Americans turn their back on you and you get arrested by the Vietnamese, you turn around and kick major ass and destroy a helicopter.
That's a weird way to put it.
Yeah.
When they put you on your soft capitalist back.
on an electrified bed of bare bed springs. Now, because this is NES, there was little room to flesh out the story as the movie did. However, the cutscenes, yes, I'm talking about the primitive two-sided dialogue boxes, help expand the story more than typical action beat 'em up. Now, because for the first half of the game, you don't actually battle the Vietnamese, the programmers improvised. It's the jungle, so wild animals. It makes sense. I mean, come on. How dull would the game be if for the first hour you don't battle anything and just run around hopelessly lost? Overall, this is the best movie-to-game translation, and for the sake of argument, one of the best NES games I own or have ever played. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
I can't tell if this is satire.
I can't either. I can't
This is
either.
really good satire because we can't tell.
Yeah. And that's it. That's the entirety of the reviews. Later,
right.
Zine Lord for Brad from Arizona.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't like it that much.
No. We've already kind of gone over why we didn't like this.
Yeah. I feel like we did a better review of the game than that site from 2002.
Has ever done.
Yeah.
Best review ever. 10 out of 10.
Of our review is 10 out of 10.
our reviews,
yeah. Of Rambo, 3 out of 10.
You guys have any achievements for Rambo?
I do. I have several, actually. My first achievement is I Love Lamp. And to get I Love Lamp, you get the lamp, which apparently is for rescuing the kid in the cave.
Yeah, because you can go through the cave, but you can't see unless you have the lantern.
I got you. All right. My next one is Coming to America.
Thank you, John.
Watch as Rambo refuses to take Ko to America. Then watch him backpedal later and say he will take her to America right before she's shot to death. My next achievement is, and why exactly did you need me to save you? And why exactly did you need me to save you? You get to the pickup point with the POW guy dodging an insane amount of bombs falling out of the sky, while the POW you're supposed to be rescuing just is getting pelted by these bombs constantly and is suffering no damage whatsoever. He doesn't get hurt, so apparently he's immortal, and you didn't need to rescue him after all. My next achievement is I'm coming to terminate you. And to get I'm coming to terminate you, escape with Ko's help, despite the fact that you so coldly refuse to take her back to America with you. And the reason I say I'm coming to terminate you is because I told you in the scene where he's being tortured, he says, Murdoch, I'm coming for you. Right? In the game, apparently they changed it to I'm coming to terminate you for no apparent reason.
It'd be great if it was just I'm coming.
I'm coming. Because Ko is right here.
And I love torture.
And she's dressed like a sex worker. My next achievement is, oh, this is a beautiful dress. And to get, oh, this is a beautiful dress, realize that Ko's dialogue in this game is actually grammatically better than her real lines in First Blood Part 2. At one point, when you're Ko and you go into the village to try and rescue Rambo, it gives you a choice of what to say.
Your dialogue options.
You do. And that leads to my next achievement, which is worst pickup line ever. And to get worst pickup line ever, you get into the torture room as Ko, and when the Russian soldier says, you must be the general's wife, choose the option, no, I'm looking for some. There's an option to pick, no, I'm just looking for some. Or yes.
Hell yeah.
You can't get through if you say anything other than yes, but one of the lines was, I'm looking for some.
At the very beginning of the game, when Troutman is briefing you on the mission and asks if you're up to it, you have the option of saying yes or no. I like it in prison. If you choose I like it in prison, he says you must choose yes to start the game.
Wow. The most NPC thing ever.
Yeah.
My last achievement
I'm sorry,
is...
the game doesn't start until you say yes.
Until you say
My
yes.
bad.
Gotcha. My last achievement is the battle is over, but thank you for trying. And to get the battle is over, but thank you for trying, beat the game. That's what it says. After you beat the game, the battle is over, but thank you for trying.
Wow.
It's truly class act dialogue in this game.
Is it like a bad translation?
No, I think it's just and if by that you mean the people that wrote the dialogue don't speak great English, then that's what happened.
Okay.
And they just didn't bother to get someone who does speak good English to fix it.
You could get someone at Nintendo America to proofread this shit.
But ironically, like I said, Ko's dialogue is more coherent in this game than it was in the fucking movie. Dave, you're up.
I have a few. I've done a bad job of like choosing names for the achievements, but I have achievements. So, my first achievement is hello.
Hello.
Thank you. In order to unlock hello, you use 32 zeros as your password because you get that fucking dopey ass soldier NPC because they have portraits. The NPC has portraits.
The one that gives you the lamp.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you get Pyle's face, and then he says hello, and then the game starts in this fucking nightmarish hellscape. My next achievement is you call that a knife? In order to unlock, you call that a knife. You complete the game using only the knife.
All right.
Knife only run. My next achievement is you drew first blood. In order to unlock, you drew first blood. So there's a little bit of a setup to this achievement. When you die in this game, it takes a long time. When you hit 0 HP, it takes a long time for the game to register that you're dead. So you can like attack a dude while you're at 0 HP, which I'm sure is unintentional. I'm sure it's bad programming, but it is pretty cool because it lets you kill the dude who just killed you.
Right.
So in order to unlock, you drew first blood, you get killed by an enemy, but kill him before the death animation completes.
Hell yeah.
Or kicks in.
That's good.
My next achievement is I don't have a name for it. I'm super sorry, but essentially you flirt with Ko. You say when you meet Ko, you get the option of asking, "What do you think about me?"
Yeah.
And when you ask her, "What do you think about me?" she says, "What? You look good."
Riz Master.
Riz Master, thank you.
There
the
you
Rizzler.
go.
The
Rambo
Rizzler.
Rizzler. We got there together, baby. We got there together. Thank you, Rambo Rizzler. And then my last achievement.
Rambizzler?
My last achievement is reading Rambo. In order to unlock reading Rambo, you find a PDF of the instruction manual online.
You've seen the shirt, right?
No.
There's a shirt that has it is a cartoon Geordie LaForge, which it's cartoon Geordie LaForge. It was LeVar Burton. The sleeves are ripped off of his Star Trek uniform.
Dave, I was
He's
with the
holding an M60, just laying down fire. But there's a rainbow coming out, and it says "Reading Rambo."
That's good. It's a shirt.
It's a shirt.
Does the shirt itself have sleeves?
No, it does. It's just a
Or it should
normal.
be
It's a
long
normal
sleeve.
T-shirt. It's a normal T-shirt.
It should be long
It
sleeve
should
and like
be
padded.
Exactly. like
muscles,
tattered
yeah.
on the edge.
John, do you have any achievements?
No, I just want to show you the Reading Rambo shirt because it is fantastic. Shit.
Link in the show notes.
Yeah. Needed. Of course. There we go.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That'll work.
Tyler, do you have any achievements?
I've got 4. So the first one is Rambi,
From Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah. You charge into an enemy and die.
Hell yeah. I like that one a lot.
And then Rambo, which is you put in the wrong code and fuck everything up. Let's see. I'm here to take pictures and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum. When you rescue the first prisoner, he asks, will you rescue me? And you can either say yes or no, I'm just here to take pictures.
Which, if I hadn't seen the movie, that's my order. It's like to just take photos. Because Troutman tells you in the game, no casualties, only take photos.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
And then my last one is the Saigon whore who bit off my nose.
G7.
As you finish the code level.
All right.
Well, guys, what do you think Flopsy Jr. has to say about Rambo for the NES? What star rating do you think they gave it? How common is this game?
Did all of the baseball games get the exact same score, right?
No, super bases loaded. There was like a slight variance on those. Okay. They went opposite of me, and I think said like 2 was the best.
I'm just curious if like all their movie tie-in games have the same score.
Oh, all the movie tie-ins?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, they kind of did, and they were all bad.
Yeah.
This one's going to be bad, too. I'm going to say it's like 2 stars.
Don't see it
thinking
bucking that
1.5 or
trend.
2.
Maybe buff it out with a 2.5. But I don't know. Does this tend to be generous like the other one?
It's not as generous as Flopsy is. Flopsy Jr. is a little more sour.
I'd say 2, right?
2?
Do we like 2 or do we want to go 1.5? Tyler suggested 1.5.
Hey.
I feel better with 1.5.
Okay.
Because I think...
I didn't play it, so...
I think as poorly as it's put together...
Yeah.
And the fact that it's like... it's a Zelda 2 clone and like...
Which is also not a beloved game at the time.
Right. And it's kind of one of like AVGN's done an episode on this, right?
I think so.
Like typically that's a sign.
I think he did
too.
all the Rambo games, yeah.
My vote would be 1.5.
I can get behind that. 1.5's fine.
Common? Do you guys think this is common? I mean, Rambo is a big fucking deal, right?
Yeah.
First Blood was part 2 was a really big fucking deal.
And the game came out, I think the game came out in 87.
87 is correct.
So it was only like 1 year after.
It was right
Yeah.
after, probably around the time
say
video
common.
cassettes
Yeah,
of
exactly.
it were coming
It used
out.
to take forever for things to come out on video.
Man, that just reminded me. I had a conversation with my director at work about I remember being a kid and going to a birthday party, and it was a big deal that their parents rented a fucking VCR.
Yeah.
And I was like, we can watch a movie right now in your house.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Dude, when I was growing up, living in Marion, Kentucky, we did not have a VCR. So when we rented movies, we also rented a VCR.
And they came in that big
it was
fucking
a fucking
bulletproof
special.
suitcase.
It was a fucking
Yeah.
special occasion, and yes, that thing. Yeah, you could fucking smash a truck with that.
Big
thing.
deal. It was a big deal.
But
Sorry, I got to
think about how much a fucking VCR cost back then too.
know.
You know,
Super
it's like
expensive.
you wanted to protect that thing.
At least fucking 4 Switch 2 games.
Yeah.
yeah, at least. Yeah.
Common?
Common.
Sure.
Common,
Yeah.
1.5 stars. According to Flopsy Jr., a.k.a. the NES book by Pat Contry. I got to scroll way the fuck up to see the cover on this one. Courtesy of Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn. Rambo for the NES. They actually say May 1988 was the release date. Does that change? Does it change anybody's answers?
Nah.
Rating 1 star.
Damn.
Wow.
Savage. Brutality. Availability, common. So we got that.
Nice.
How much do you think this game is if you were to buy it loose?
$7.
$7?
Yeah.
Grim sent it to me this week, so I can play 2.
$12.38.
546.
5. Everyone remember, guys, too many numbers. I can't remember who said what. I'm going to go $10. You went like 7. John went 12. 30.
12.38.
Yeah, you throw me off with that 38.
Well,
No, man, it's your answer, dude. It's all good. You answer however you want. Just tell me if you won.
We all are like, we won.
We won.
Great, good job, everybody. That's a wrap. Well, Rambo for the NES used on average, according to PriceCharting.com at the time of this recording, is loose on average $9.
You won.
I think it was.
I win.
You win.
Yeah.
You win.
Any guesses on how much it is? New.
$300.
$300.
Yeah, everybody opened this one. $75.
75.
88.91.
$400.
Damn.
You can buy like a fucking Counter-Strike sticker with that.
Almost. Like 2/3 of a Counter-Strike sticker.
How many Switch 2 games is that?
Fucking 5.
0.8.
I don't know. Thanks, Grim, for sending that info in.
Yeah.
What else we got? Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give Rambo for the NES a beard, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would give it Patton Oswalt's beard as he tells the joke about that one guy who hung out with Brian Dennehy, who would break into a room and kick you in your solar plexus.
Nightmarishly elastic.
Nightmares. Spoilers for beard.
Oh, shit.
Or
Sorry.
glasses.
Tyler, if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would it be?
The big blinking brown eye of Brian Dennehy's nightmarishly elastic asshole as it solves Rubik's cubes you put in it.
Very good. Sorry I stepped on that. Didn't know where it was going.
Well, what are we going to do next week?
You want to randomize something or pack in video, develop Die Hard for the NES?
Are you serious?
They did. I mean, how bad of a time do you want to have?
What was it?
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Pack in video, develop Die Hard for the NES. I found in a little bit of
I mean,
research.
it's an excuse to watch Die Hard, so
is.
there's that. But
I'd rather watch Die Hard with a Vengeance, though.
see, I like the original.
I do too, but I've seen the original so many
Yeah.
times, and
Yeah, I
I've seen
can see
Die Hard
that.
with a Vengeance twice, and it's like it'd be nice to watch that one again. But or we can randomize, or if anybody has any suggestions, I'm
I
down.
don't have any suggestions.
I'm down for whatever.
What do you think, Ian?
Let's randomize, and if we don't like what we get,
Okay,
Die Hard.
all right. We get to pray.
Or if we hit something we've played already 3 times, Die Hard.
The default Die Hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the rule going forward.
I agree.
So we'll
it's
just
always
keep doing
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard. Right.
Yeah.
Then we can watch Die Hard 2, Die Hard 3.
Yep. That's how we're gonna do
There
it.
is a PC game called Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza.
Ooh.
That one's like notoriously bad.
Oh boy.
There's also a 3D. Is that the 3D beat 'em up?
Well, I don't know.
It's like a port of the arcade game.
I know it's a Sierra game. That's all it says.
Maybe I'm probably mixing my games up.
Done in the style of Leisure Suit Larry. That would actually be cool.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
So we'll grab this batter up peripheral, plug it in, Wild and Crazy Kid style, said the prayer we all love to say. Stop.
6, 8, 5.
Played it.
Nope.
Sports game.
Nope.
Super.
Nope.
You don't look pleased.
This a
indifferent.
indifferent face.
Okay. If it's not super and starts with an S.
Does it start with an S?
Oh.
685.
T. T.
Double W.
W.
WWF SummerSlam.
Ooh, that's a good guess. Wheel of
Of
Fortune.
So we all have to watch an episode of Wheel of Fortune this week. Just
It's gonna be a
one.
chore for you.
And yeah, it's gonna be tough. And you have to prove that you watched the episode by bringing in the solution to the bonus puzzle for the day you decided to watch. Any day.
I don't think I can watch it
Fair enough.
because I don't. Yeah, I guess I could go somewhere and watch it.
Go to the laundromat.
I can go to the gym. I'm not working out. I just come in my clothes from work. I just stand there with my arms crossed and watch a full episode of Wheel of Fortune. All right, thanks. Hey, I can use my membership however I want, right?
Made to watch Wheel of Fortune. Another one? Fine.
Man, it would be fun to fucking like just sit there, like just go on a day and just bring like a fucking folding chair and just sit there and just watch one of those TVs.
Man, it's hot outside, man.
Yeah. You got AC, Wheel of Fortune.
I'm a
Free
member.
pizza on Tuesdays. Yeah.
Yeah. Crack open a beer.
I'm down to do Wheel of Fortune.
Hell yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Wheel of Fortune for the SNES.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, how you guys want to close it out?
As I mean,
Well, let's talk about Patreon first. Took me a while to read that list.
yeah.
I could have just said something, but I just felt like trying to silently
Be
point
cheeky.
at Wayne and Garth over here.
Well, just Wayne, because I
Wayne.
can't see. There's no
Right.
screen on the back of your iPad.
Oh, I'm covering up the second screen on the back of my iPad. Yeah, Patreon. Because, you can listen to us wherever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably out there
Everywhere.
on whatever format.
Whatever, just Google it. But spell it correctly. Put it in parentheses. Put it in quotes.
If it's not on your streaming platform of choice, then you've probably got a bad streaming platform of
Kudos
choice.
to you.
Yeah, lucky you. Patreon.com/TADPOG is where you can go to give us money. We use that money to better the show and to better ourselves by paying bills and things like that. And so we're really grateful for all of our Patreon donations. If you donate $1, you get access to all of our bonus content, which is out there. It's a lot of it. We haven't added much to it lately, obviously, but there's still a lot to go through, keep you busy for a while. That's just all yours for as little as $1. If you want to be known as a Tadpog Jake, which I need to sort that list because every month I'm going to read $5 donations as Jakes. You become a Tadpog Jake. And I read that list every month based on our number of $5 donors.
Thank you for being a Jake.
Yes, thanks to all of our Jakes for being Jakes. And we also have a $20 level, which brings you up to the level of executive producer, which I will sometimes read as Jakes. Sometimes it's just your regular names. It just depends on how I feel.
I like
day.
that.
Yeah.
It's like potpourri.
Just never know.
You never know. Maybe I'll go from regular name to Jake on the next, and regular name. Maybe I'm going to do that today.
Ooh.
So I'm feeling frisky.
Frisky.
Just a little frisky. I had a
yeah.
beer while I was recording tonight, so
Hell
now
yeah.
I'm feeling frisky.
Yeah, I had some golden sriracha chips.
Yeah, I'll do it too.
I like those.
Yeah.
They were good.
I had a margarita.
Ooh.
In a
Cucumber,
can.
lime, Gatorade Zero.
Oh, you must be fucked up.
Horny as fuck.
Me
Yeah,
too.
dude. My favorite thing about that cucumber lime Gatorade is that my kids will not fucking drink it. Like I love it. I will drink the shit out of it, and they're just like any other kind of Gatorade. They're gonna fucking wreck that
Dude,
shit.
there is something magical about having something that you love in the house
Yeah,
that no one else does.
Yeah.
That's 90% of the food that I have in my fridge.
It's probably not as magical for you then.
Right. Anyway, so every week I read the list of executive producers that donate $20 or more per month to the show. So now I'm going to try this. It's probably going to fail epically. Cubicle Monkey, Sandwich Jake, Phil H, Gamebug Prime, Nathan E, Matt, a.k.a. Jekyll G, Pinball Airplane Archmage Chris Edler, sorry you couldn't be on this episode.
Oh, yeah.
That Nice Jake from Michigan. Louisville correspondent Princess Consuela Banana Hammock Flavor Trick Taryn D. Jake Pope Sandwich, Lord Micah P. And Jake Enthusiast Jeff M. And let's not forget our newest executive producer, Jesse Y. Drink Bud Dry.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank
Man,
you.
I wasn't
like that
sure
one.
about that one last episode, but now I'm like, hell yeah, that was
It
good.
came off.
Well, it's
It
a little
really rolled
different
off the
too. You know,
tongue.
it's yeah.
So thank you all for your donations.
Yes.
Small and large alike. We
Thank
are
you.
very grateful for anything you're willing to give us in a time of such economic
Yeah.
difficulties for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's having problems. So
Tadpog in tariff troubles.
And hey, if you become, I think the next executive producer, I think we should just keep giving them titles that are just old beer slogans.
okay.
So if you're curious what your beer slogan would be,
Head to the mountains.
head to the mountains at beefsquid.com.
Do you want to be great taste and less filling? Then you should go to Patreon.
How do we close it out?
I guess is Rambo.
Or Troutman. We can do Troutman.
Troutman. I like that. I like that.
So until next time.
Tropical. Capricorn. He'll tropical your Capricorns before you even know that your Capricorns have been tropical.
There's never been-
Tropical Troutman corn.
You're gonna need so many body bags for all the Capricorns to get tropical by this man. He'll wage a war. I'm not gonna
He tropical more Capricorns than you've ever seen.
TADPOG is hosted and produced by Tyler Holland, Dave Moore, and Ian Chandler and releases new episodes every Wednesday. You can find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and just about anywhere else podcasts are hosted. If you have a question or comment for the hosts, don't hesitate to call us at 270-883-2555 and leave us a voicemail. If we like it, we'll play it on the show and respond. If you'd like to send us something, you can do so at TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. If you'd like to donate to the show, visit patreon.com/tadpog, and with a minimum donation of $1 per month, you will get access to all of our fun bonus content. Join the conversation on our Discord server at bit.ly/tadpogdiscord. Registration is free, and we'd love to have you there. If you enjoy our show and haven't already, don't forget to find and tap that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, John.
Oh, hey. Yeah. No problem. Thanks for having me. It was awesome.
Love it when you're here.